Alright, Cool Monkey Official's already in the chat. Welcome aboard. It's gonna be relatively chill. Oops. My phone audio is up. So, honestly, only goal really right now is to just finish this up. Let's finish up Mario Circuit, but I'm very confident that that will not take, like, 4 or 3.5 hours. So I think my initial plan here is to finish up Mario Circuit 1, and then I want to start Battle Course 1. Or Battle Course 4, sorry. Because I have officially put Battle Course 4 in the center of the Mario circuits, which is going to require a little bit of extra... I gotta position it a little bit, but overall, that's gonna be one of the easiest things to build. It's literally just road and wall. And it's a square. There is absolutely no, extra details to really worry about. Hola, Black Lion. How's it going? Good to see ya. Alright. So yeah, we're looking like this is just gonna be chill. Hopefully if anybody else joins in, I'm gonna have a fun time. I'm not familiar with whatever song is currently playing, but that's because it's one of the world remixes that I maybe am less familiar with. I'll hear once I hear the actual melody though. Oh, I think this is Merry Mountain. Yeah, it is. Poggers, welcome! I'm making my Minecraft world as this is going on. I'm on Mario Circuit 2. Attaboy. I saw your Mario Circuit 1 in the community. It looks pretty good. Yeah, by the way, for anybody else, I know a lot of people already saw it, but I have now officially made a community for the channel, so if y'all have any, again, for example, Minecraft or hell, Mario Maker creations and you want to show them off, you can feel free to use them, use the community tab. As always though, like everything else, whoops, let's keep it civil. I'm sure we can do that. I'm gonna dip the sign for now because I don't really need it. Yeah, as y'all might have, I know some people missed the last half an hour of last stream or 15 minutes or so, but I did add the community shoutout podium over here. So everybody who was present in the last stream has a signpost. No one gets the direct top because I don't think it's fair to, put one person on the pedestal. Hold on, I'll go boot up my Minecraft world. Fair enough. So yeah, everyone who was present is there. So I'm hoping we won't spend too much time on this in particular because, again, this is not really anything special. But we do have to get the dirt done. The one thing I was thinking about before I started streaming was I definitely need to think about what Battle Course 4 will really look like in terms of connecting to the map. Because realistically, it's in between the Mario circuits and there isn't really any purpose to that. Like, I honestly don't think there needs to be any connecting points. But at the same time, if we were to have a theoretical free roam, well, obviously you'd want to be able to drive into it. So I was thinking maybe there will just be some breaks in the walls on the front, or on the sides in the center. But they'll obviously be covered up when you're actually in the battle. I'm talking about this like it's an actual idea, when realistically this is not. But it's still fun. Ghost with the most. I get the pedestal because I'm the mod. I can abuse my power. You know what? I find it hard to argue with that. Listen, sheep. Koopa sheep. Y'all are choosing the worst place to just chill. I see Goomsalotl is also on Minecraft. I feel like I found something of a calling for this channel. Mario Kartography seems to be the thing. I don't know how many other people out on YouTube have considered or made any sort of idea like this, but I would genuinely be astonished if I was the first. I would be more astonished if I was the only. And if that's the case, wow. I swear I hit big time on that. Goomsalotl, hey Baron. How's it going? And Screamer Protector, guess who's back? Hello, Mario Maker Fanatic. Hey, yo, we got the whole squad here. Let's go. Alright. I think you are. Wow, if I am, bro, that's crazy. I never would believe that I would ever capitalize on something first. Okay, so this is gonna stretch. I still got my map up ahead in front of me. I've got a, you know, you can just hit the sheep, right? Yeah, I could, but you know, don't need to. The stretch is gonna go up to about the like the third green block over here. So you know what? Let's just go. Because if I don't want to make a, oops. It's easier to just do this. That's not the color I wanted or needed. There we go. I just want to apologize for my behavior last stream. It won't happen again. Hey, I appreciate your apology. I know I personally did not see anybody doing anything wrong. So, but you know what, man? That, like, apologizing regardless is a big move. Like, that is the big immature thing to do, and I respect that greatly. I believe right now we're gonna have another great stream. So let's enjoy ourselves. What happened last time doesn't need to be mentioned. But I appreciate that you apologize regardless. So you're a good guy. Again, good guy. Apologies to Poggers as well. That's really big of you, man. That's some mad respect from me. So you guys are all welcome here. You guys have all been proven to be like a great squad to chill with. So you guys are awesome. You guys can give yourself a gold medal for that. This is, honestly, I also wanted to say, in terms of content, this Minecraft idea suits very well into my recent update for how I wanted to do every game I have. Streaming Minecraft is honestly the perfect way to play something like this, because even more so than most spin-off games, this has almost no direction in it whatsoever. Or at least, rather, like, survival does, but I prefer to play creative. So, we chillin' with this. This is perfectly content with me. And it also, I can finally actually talk about the backlog breakthrough, because I've had that idea for quite some time. But I haven't really gotten around to making the update for it, and this week off was my perfect opportunity for that. I've never seen a pig like this. I guess they've really added a lot of different textures since like the last time I played. It's okay, I'm sorry for blaming you. I hope we can move forward with no hard feelings. Attaboy, guys! You guys are amazing. I love that. Very solid. Good job. Well, I don't want to make it sound like I'm, like, parenting everybody here. I'm not, but I have, like, a large amount of respect for the interaction there. So, you guys are both awesome. Let's make it another good stream. That said, this is... Okay, so I have Saturday, Sunday, and today off before I'm back to work. And I don't usually stream on days that I work, largely due to it's just so exhausting. But I will try to make Minecraft a part of like end of the month streams. So tomorrow we will be playing some Sonic Racing Cross Worlds for the Pac-Man Festival. I did do a little bit of that today. It was quite fun. I sucked as usual, but I got some progress on the rewards, so that's what I need. But otherwise, just gonna chill with that. I might even bring up this for like a bit, because I don't see myself streaming Sonic Racing Cross Worlds for like 2.5 hours. Galumba. Alright. I also did start a little bit earlier today, so I don't know if I'll go to 8:30 or just 8, but we'll see. Got some Moonview Highway playing, but it's really quiet because I don't think it was like the best quality version I could find on YouTube. Have you ever heard of Cuphead before? I have, of course. Black Lion, yes, I have kinda played it before. So my brother is a Cuphead fan, like he's played Cuphead a lot. And we did start doing a playthrough of that on our Three Dorks channel back when we played together. And I started out, it was like it started as a multiplayer thing, but then I kind of backed out and my brother took over. But that's kind of on my list of something I would like to try for myself. I know it's infuriatingly hard, it's like a bullet hell. But, you know, if I do, like, if I have access to these games, there's a large chance that I might try to play them regardless of whether or not my brother owns them or not. That said, I'm not entirely sure what system it's on we have it for. So, if it's for his if it's not PlayStation, if it's for his like Xbox One, I'm not gonna bother trying to move that system to my room because it's not mine. I got a big lemonade right here. I'm finishing up Lunar Colony. I'm not allowed to share it though. Oh, rip. That sucks. I would love to see that. Oh yeah. I've got a brisk lemonade right with me. I got that when I went out this morning to the store. And like I didn't drink it all right when I got it. I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna save this for my stream because I'm gonna need it. If the last 2 streams were anything to go by, and the fact that I've been chatting so much, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna need all the drink I can get. I do have cookies and some peanuts as a snack as well, so I should be fine. My parents won't let me? Oh, rip. Strange limitation, but, you know, far be it from me to judge or question other people's choices. Okay, let me see. Good luck trying Avery Action. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Trust me, I've watched my brother play that game, and it's, that is a game and a half. Alright. Oh, my friend Big Kahuna is also playing Minecraft. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that... Oh, wait a minute. No, I could probably figure something out here. I would wager that it starts roughly around here. Oops. And then where it ends is going to be tricky, but I'll go. Yeah, that seems about good. No, actually, a little bit more, because this does not line up in the same way that it does on my map on my PC. So wait until you get to Big Blue. Oh boy. I'm afraid of just about every Mario Kart 8 Deluxe map on the grounds of how detailed they are. So, but again, I'm gonna start with the layouts, not that Mario Kart 8 is any friendlier with the layouts. and then details will come later, and backdrops. Unless, of course, like again, GBA tracks are pretty easy to do the entirety of because the backdrops are all, or every section of off-road and such is all just a part of the tile set, which is a lot easier to work with. But I'm gonna say that Mario Kart. Okay, if I'm gonna rank each game by how hard I think their tracks will be, easiest SNES and GBA. After that, I would wager that N64 and DS won't be too hard. Their details are pretty minimalistic. Then I would say GameCube and Mario Kart 7 would be the next group. Because, like, they're a little bit more detailed, but at the same time, they're very similar in scope and scale. So I'm not too worried. They will have their standouts, like Woohoo Loop, Maka Woohoo. Like, the entirety of Woohoo Island is going to be a challenge because I'm effectively making an entire island for a Mario Kart track. Thanks to Woohoo Loop literally going around the entire thing. Then Mario Kart Wii. I think that also goes without saying. A lot of those courses are pretty detail heavy. And then I would wager Mario Kart World would be the next hardest because while a lot of the courses are going to be tough, the background, they lack a lot more of the detailed backgrounds that 8 Deluxe and 8 had because of the fact that it's a open world map. But after that would definitely be Tour. Tour's a mix between the non-city tracks will be pretty decent and relatively unproblematic, but the city courses are going to be an absolute pain. And then obviously Mario Kart 8 is going to be the hardest one because each and every track is like crammed full of detail, and the anti-gravity tracks in general are going to look really awkward with Minecraft's style. How about Wii U Mario Circuit? Yeah, Wii U Mario Circuit. Ironically enough, I actually would wager that one will look weird, but I don't think the track itself will be too hard to make. It's gonna be floating in the air, so it won't be that bad, and making a few islands around it won't be that hard. And again, as per what I've said on my Mario Kart world map itself, Peach's Castle will not be located here. So a grand majority of the Mario circuits will not have Peach's Castle located there. I'm going to be locating Peach's Castle on Royal Raceway because I feel that's where, first off, that was the first place it actually appeared on a Mario Kart track. And second, it's a track that belongs to Peach. So I think it makes more sense to give, despite Peach's Castle being a staple on a variety of Mario Kart tracks, I still feel it's more fitting to give it to a track that belongs to Peach herself, because it's her castle. How on earth Mario ended up taking that over is beyond me. I've been taking a break from my Mario Kart World because of my work, but I think I can start again soon. Yeah, boy, get at whenever you're ready, get back to it, because we got to make sure we're giving ourselves breaks in between both work and our enjoyed activities. That's why I'm on my week off, because holy hell, I needed it. And I've seen so many people say I deserve it, and I'm like, that's crazy, because a lot of the people who are saying that are also people who just barely know me, and I'm like, I appreciate it. Alright. We're almost finished here. We just have that bit, this, of course, and then the bottom. And then, again, I'm gonna start Battle Course 4. I might do some extra little free roam style roads in the middle, just to kind of give it that connecting sense, and those roads will likely connect to the connecting roads of the SNES Mario circuits. And then once we've done Battle Course 4, we'll start Mario Circuit 2, because I do want I needed Battle Course 4 just to gauge the spacing between the other Mario circuits. Because I don't want to end up making Mario Circuit 2 too close to Mario Circuit 1 and then Battle Course 4 doesn't fit in between everything. Making the underwater tracks will be a pain. Yeah, that too. Like, filling in all the water. I'm definitely gonna need to learn and hopefully master the fill commands. Hopefully, maybe now that we have a different server, we might hopefully be able to do something better. Like, maybe it'll work better now that we have a new server to work with, and it's a super flat, so it's like, I don't know, what will go wrong? Not necessarily what could possibly go wrong. I mean, no, what will go wrong, because, well, you know how Murphy's Law works. I should have taken that drink with my other hand. Just to check in, are we doing Mario Circuit 2 right now? Not right now. We're going to do Battle Course 4 first, but I also don't anticipate Battle Course 4 taking... It'll be a while to break everything down and build everything, but it's far from the same scope as this, where I'm also doing dirt and turns and all that. So it's a matter of just counting how many blocks I need to make and then destroying and filling in. Once we're done Battle Course 4, then we'll start Mario Circuit 2. Again, even just doing the Mario circuits is an awesome start, just because I want to see how well it'll connect with each other and how cool that'll look. Once we're done the Mario circuits, that's when things are going to get a wee bit more interesting, because we have to branch out from there. Granted, it's not going to be the most interesting branch, because we still have to do a Mario circuit of some sort. Because again, we can't just map hop here. We have to do everything in a connected order, because I can't just start making another map in a different part of the area, because then I don't know how well it'll connect to everything else. So everything needs to be done in a very specific order. I think there's another comment I would need to just double check, but I just want to finish this up. Okay, so that's the whole bottom portion. Now we just have this top portion. I just pre-ordered Dragon Quest VII Reimagined Digital Deluxe Edition for the Switch 1. There's a Switch 2 version, but I don't want it because the Switch 2 version is on a key card. Fair enough. I mean, worst case scenario, you could probably just get the, you could just download the Switch 2 version as like a DLC thing. That's what I did with the Sonic Racing Crossworld. Alright, so this is gonna go up to probably about right here. Yeah. No, I'll stretch it out just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so this ending portion should be pretty easy. And then we'll be done with Mario Circuit 1. I mean, there really was no better place to start. Aside from just the fact that, well, I started with the Mario circuits in general with my world map, it's hard to say that you can start any worse than the one first track of the entire franchise. I also, like, again, I have my favorites and least favorites, of course. I've mentioned that a few times. But, I don't know. Every single Mario Kart track is still special in their own right. And when I see an idea that has so many different tracks in it, even people who would include Cheep Cheep Lagoon into an ideas pick would be like, I would be like, that's pretty cool. I hate racing on it, in especially the context of Tour, and, you know, a track has to be on the bottom out anyway. But I still treat every Mario Kart track with the same, well, almost the same level of respect. I will admit, my lack of exposure to the arcade titles and the fact that they are very distant from the main games, I do tend to treat them a little bit more separate, but that's also the primary reason why I didn't include them in the world map opening idea, because I really wanted to keep it to the core games. But enough, there's been a lot of outcry for the idea of including the arcade track, so I'm definitely going to have to figure out where I'm going to put those. Alright. We're doing arcade as well. For this, quite possible. They bring back Sky High Sunday for the 3rd time in a row, but not goddamn Moo Moo Farm. Yep. My dad has a Switch too. That's interesting. I might buy it physically down the road. The Switch 1 version has the game on cartridge. Yeah, facts. Yeah, no, I'm, like, again, I think I mentioned this last time, and if I didn't, well, I'm mentioning it now. I don't know how many other people are going to be in the same boat when I say this, but I don't think Mario Kart World should get any sort of DLC. I instead think they should just make another game in the same style, but expand upon it. Like, first things first, more than 30 tracks. Second thing, do not do variants of a same track. Like, I'm okay with Crown City having variants was kind of okay. It screwed up the entire Grand Prix Cup, like, balance with its variants. That 2 Grand Prix Cups had a Crown City in them. And we're not even going to talk about just how absolutely god-awful it was that they included what is effectively a paperclip-shaped track as a variant of Peach Stadium that they went out of their way to further treat as an actual track you can still end on in a route. Don't sit there and tell me that that was a good idea. I go out of my way to almost refuse to acknowledge that in particular route of Peach Stadium, because it's not a track. It's a literal ending point. That should have been an ending point for a knockout tour, not a full-on track slot for a Grand Prix. And I don't care what anybody says about that. So I don't think that Mario Kart World needs a DLC, because it's just gonna disconnect everything from the main purpose. You can't really add any tracks to the world map itself. It's literally going out of your way to change the entire world map structure. Taking a pause from my ranting for a full-on look at our completed Mario Circuit 1. Very nice, if you ask me. Alright, Screenware Protector, I have a Switch too. Also, yes, we already have 2 billion DLCs. We need something original. Facts. No, I just think that they need to, like, pour everything into a massive world map with maybe, like, 60 tracks in it. Maybe, like, I know that might sound ambitious, and the reality is, I don't know anything about being a game developer. So far be it from me to know a thing or two about what that would entail, how much work that would be, and whatnot. But if we're gonna be ambitious, come on. Also, this map, it's very small on my computer. That's weird. Why does it look like this? Let me try something different. Oops. Sorry, I'm just on my normal computer, just trying to get the image up so that I can use the reference. But it was relatively small for some reason. Oh. It's the battle maps are suspiciously smaller than the actual maps. I'm wondering if they were downloaded differently. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll look into that later. Oh, right, it's not complete without the pipes. Ooh, yeah. See, the pipes for sprites. I'm gonna need to get the DS map up for this one. I'm pretty sure the DS map will have, at least some rough location for pipes. So let me get that up. Mario Kart DS, Retro Tracks. SNES Mario Circuit 1. Yep, it's got a rough spot for some of the pipes. Alright, so here's what we're going to do for that. I'm just going to store this temporarily. And this temporarily because Battle Course 1 or Battle Course 4 only really has one spot of coarse dirt, and that's in the dead center. And as for the warp pipes, we're going to do cauldrons. So let's see, there's one located, I'd say right about here. There's two off to the side here. I would roughly say, the walls look a little different in the DS version. They're colored and ordered differently. That's not going to change anything though. I would say one is roughly located about here, and one is located about here. There's also one, I'm going by the DS version, by the way. There's one I'd say right here. Good thing cauldrons are so conveniently shaped like warp pipes. I've gotten to the split path section in Piranha Pipeline, and now I have to remove a bunch of dirt. Have fun, bud. I'm honestly okay. The space tour is currently active in tour right now, and I was like, I'm actually really excited to do Remix Rainbow Road. There are two pipes like literally in the dead ass center of the road. I think. So one, roughly, I'd say one's about here. And then I'd say one's about maybe right, no, not that dead center. I'd say maybe right here. Oh no, it's actually much closer to the, I'd say right about there. And then there's one, I'd say like right here. All right. Again, I'm going by their placement on the DS version, so might not be nearly as accurate, but hey, we got the pipes. That said, I know I'm going to need these later, so I'm going to keep these on standby. Okay, so now let's get up Battle Course 4. This should not be too hard. Hilariously speaking, I'm looking at the layout to this. The top corner of it has red blocks. Like the top right-hand corner or left-hand corner of the maps, the edging block, the edge walls, has red on the corner. The other side has blue, but then yellow and green are swapped on the bottom. Okay. First thing I am going to need to do is I'm going to need to count how many blocks there are so that I can try to center it out. Because what I'm thinking is that I'm going to have I want to do like maybe 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, I'll do 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to make a road like this, so that this will be the road inside of the Mario circuits that kind of connects the battle course. And then I'll do another 6. I'm just going to put these, maybe, wait, no, maybe not like that, because it's going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to put that here. There. Okay. So, give me a quick second. For some reason, YouTube won't let me post my picture. I'll keep trying. All right, I'll hope that you guys see success. I know it works because Cool Monkey Official did manage. I just need to now count how many blocks are on the wall. So now they're all in groups of 4. So if I just count each color, I should be good. 32. So that's 32 times 4. Calculator time. That's my alarms. That is 128 blocks long. Okay. And then how long is Mario Circuit? Mario Circuit is... This one's gonna require some unfortunate counting. There's an easier way to do this. Holy crap, I'm not doing this. Alright, let's get my Mario Circuit 1 map up again. So 17. So I'm gonna have to write some of this down. So 128 is how many blocks total Battle Course 4 is. My alarms again. I should really consider putting my calculator outside of my utilities folder. So we're at 68. Oh. They're the same size. So this actually might make things a lot easier. Yeah, 128. Okay. That changes the thing or two. Look, I'm not a math genius, okay? Have you heard of a YouTuber named GWall Pro? Yes, I'm actually subscribed to them as well. I've seen a few of their... I started watching them when they did a big tournament for favorite Mario Kart course music or maps. Blackmail Line, someone from Microsoft, I think it was the CEO, recently defended AI in a post. People are apparently calling Microsoft microslop. Yep. Big names, like big companies will defend AI because that's their lazy ass way forward. That's what I think, at least. That's what they're using to, like, defend the idea that they can just cut people off and start using AI as a cheap method to make work without paying anybody for it. Okay. So... Here is where we're gonna start. Now this map is a little small and a little blurry, so this is gonna look this is gonna be awkward for me, but we should manage. So it's still the same deal. And this is gonna be easy. We just have to go until it reaches the edge of Mario Circuit. Wait a minute. Whoops. Wrong color. Alright. Now things kind of get a little interesting in terms of world building. I mean, we're still on Mario Circuit, so maybe don't qualify this as too exciting. Like, we're definitely not... This definitely ain't Game of the Year exciting. Not that I'd say Game of the Year is all that exciting to begin with. I have very little defense for AI, if any. It's just, again, cheap and lazy. I don't like GWall Pro. He called me a troll. Rip. Well, again, we don't. Again, it's just if you don't. I don't really actually have anything to add to that. That's just a. I'm sorry to hear that, bud. Now, once we get to the edge of Mario Circuit 1 with this, we should just be at a group of red blocks. Which I think we're pretty much at. So if I'm correct, this should lead right, and bingo! I just won 3DS Cheap Cheap Lagoon on tour. Yeah, honestly, despite it being my least favorite 3DS track, I was like, okay, for score-wise, I gotta take this one seriously for a little bit. And I ended up, like, demolishing some records. So, that's all I really need. Okay, so now, if we follow the same structure, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thing from here is that I don't have nearly as much to go off of. Well, actually, no, it should be 128 blocks going downward as well. So that would be 32 groups of 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so we're halfway. No, wait, we're not. 13, 14, 15, 16. Now we're halfway. You guys are in the way. I really hope I didn't mess up my count there. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, I think we're good. 31. And I believe if I'm correct, which I'm not, because this should have been green. So something's, I have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so either missed one or I'm off count. Or something was messed up in the color rotations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Good, I was just off count. All right. So now from here, it should not be that hard. I think I was able to post it. I'll wanna, let me double check. Visit community, newest. Oh, damn, look at that. That looks really nice too, bud. That is very accurate. That's very nice. I like it because it's a little bit larger, but it's still very accurate. Both you and Cool Monkey Official did a really good job on your takes on Mario Circuit 1. I like that. Very nice, friend. Alright. So this should go up until yellow. But this will be a little less hard because we can just meet up with the other side. Good sir. Thank you. That was far politer than I needed it to be. I could have literally just smacked him with a terracotta block. Smacking a Goomba with hard clay. Still got a little ways to go. So yeah, this should end on the yellow. And then we go up and it'll finish off from there. Still got a little ways to go. Again, this one's gonna be like, this is probably going to be the hardest part about building this, and that was just making all the blocks line up perfectly. But otherwise, it's just a matter of destroying everything and then just building it. Okay, you know what? I think it'll also be a lot easier to just start going from here, meet up. So there we go. This should even things out perfectly. Don't get comfortable in there, guys. It's gonna be all pavement soon. I'm hoping to see more creations over time because I really do like what you guys are doing as well. And it'll be fun to see if I can compare to some of your projects that I have yet to start. I would say that all three of us have made a pretty good take on Mario Circuit 1 so far. I think you guys also have an advantage because I can only do this while I'm streaming. You guys have the freedom to do it whenever and wherever you want. I was thinking about maybe doing some like no commentary videos of me just doing some building. But I would try to make it for like detail only, among other things. But we'll see. Because again, I usually want people to be able to see everything that's going on. Alright, so then this should be it. Yup. So red, green, so yeah, red. Perfect. Square. Yeah. This is what we just built. A square. Looks nice, Poggers. Hey, I'll say. Now that that is done, I can start making Battle Course 4, which I decided to do before doing Mario Circuit 2. Convenient. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that I have got a bit of a plan going for everybody. Wow, they have it square. Now if I'm correct, which I'd wager that I probably am, there's a red and white border in the center. That might also be the most challenging, is figuring that out, because this is also very small. So it's going to be a little harder to... Okay, first things first. Let me copy. Okay, so this is going to look really ugly. It's still so small and terrible quality. Let me see if I can find, let me see what I can find on Mario Wiki. If I, did I feel like either I uploaded the battle maps as well, or someone else did and they might be better quality. Course map. Oh, that's so much better. How did I get a dookie-ass version? Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna get that on my computer. I'm gonna get the other battle maps too while I'm at it. G-Wall, bro. G-Wall is doing the serial stream. What the hell? Interesting stream ideas that people have going on. I don't know why I plugged that into my computer first. All right. I need a map that's like a little bit better quality than the one I have going right now, so. Oops. Save image as. Good, it's PNG. Nope, I wasn't the one who uploaded this. Okay, good to know. I think it's what's also interesting is that the battle maps have also have their maps like in Super Circuit, despite the fact that they don't appear in Super Circuit. I'm gonna grab the other battle maps while I'm at it. Because to be frankly honest, I'm gonna need them later. It's only 5:30. I've been at this for an hour. And I really am still pretty convinced that Battle Course 4 is not going to take the same amount of time that Mario Circuit 1 did. The Battle Course 2 has ramps all on the inside of the walls. I understand what they're used for, but dude, why would you need to even attempt something like that? It's a battle map. What are you doing that with a feather that involves something like that? Sorry, I have a very big tendency to work or whistle. I'm going to keep working, sorry if I won't chat much. Don't worry, bud. It would be a lot easier if all the maps had pixel art maps. Yeah, for real. Okay, so I don't need this anymore, hopefully. Let's get these in here. Oh, that is so much better. What did I download? What are these originals? Jeez. Okay. Let's do this right. Oh, hell yeah. So much better. Okay, so copy some blocks. So whoops. My apologies for all this. I want to make sure this is freaking like on point. A little too much perfectionist for this kind of project. Okay, so by the looks of it, from each wall, it's 8 blocks. It's 8 blocks of pavement to the inner wall, to the first inner wall. So this one starts at the second yellow. I'm at the wrong side. Where the hell am I? Just finished Mario Circuit 2. Holy jeez, bro. Yeah, you guys are lucky. You guys get to work at this a little more free than I do. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Red block. So, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that all checks out. The thing is, there's also some light gray in here. So, I'm gonna have to take that. There. It's also a matter of just kind of seeing how many blocks each inner wall is worth. And I'm also gonna definitely do it perfectly crushed intersection, not like right at the crossroads and openings of each inner wall is where I'm going to make the roads that lead out of the battle course. So we'll do that when we're done. Okay. So, let's see. So roughly about 13 and a half things in. So it's going to be a yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I definitely did not count that correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4. Oh, 15. Yeah, I was way off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So right about here is, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I believe this is where the wall would end. Yep. So this, and the best thing is I can just do this because it's all red. That's so much easier. So I would say that it would be the same thing going up as well. When is Minecraft 2? Minecraft 2? Oh, hey, One Lone Cubone. How's it going, bud? And by bud, I mean bro. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. That's my brother. I posted it in the community. Okay, I definitely want to see that. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm gonna say right about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then there. That should be correct. Do you not have anything better to do? Perfect. All right. The chat is empty without fan of Yoshi. Oh, damn, you're right. He's not here either. Hold on, I want to go and check the Mario Circuit 2 post. Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh, I like that. Very well done. That looks so good, man. I love the I love this community we got going on right now. Okay. So the light gray bits are going to be a little bit annoying to deal with. But as I can see right at the end here, this is 2. So from here, it's just alternating until the very end. And then it would, the next wall would start. So we would go a full 2 colors, I think. Wait a minute. Did I do something wrong here? I think I went too far. Wait a minute. Did I? What am I doing? What's going on? The blue doesn't line up. It's supposed to be yellow. I think I stretched a little too much. Huh. Whoops. Okay. Well, let's just roll with this. I don't know, I guess I did something wrong there. So let's see, it would yellow, and then blue, red, and then 2 into the green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this is where the blue walls would start. And then this would go, keep going. I'd say roughly, you know what, I'll count it out right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, hey, I did that perfectly. This is probably going to be the only real annoying part of, I guess maybe this will take a little longer than I was anticipating. But once I get all the walls in good, we should be fine from there. Even the outer walls, I think the inner walls will be a little easier too. I keep saying that this is going to be easier, and then like I'm making it longer than it needs to be. But the inner wall road is all gray, so that should be fine. Yeah, the chat is a little quieter without Fan of Yoshi, so maybe if we're lucky, he'll pop in later. Okay, so this is all going to be gray as well. I will admit, some of the world remixes are pretty damn good. A little too fast there. So roughly, I would say about in this area is where I would make the road just connecting right out to there. Which, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I would say I just cut 2 off from the sides, and like the red and blue wall right there would just disappear. Lurking, work tonight, so I'll be kind of in and out. All right, well, it's good to have you here regardless, Allie. Okay, so let's do these walls. So this will go to a green one right in this. You know what? I think it'll be actually a lot easier to just go from here to the other side of the map, and that'll dictate where we need to start ending off the blue wall. Let's get to the other end, stay focused on this. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, put that there, and then everything should be hunky-dory from here. Bam. Perfect. Yeah, all these animals and this freaking village bargainer over there. Yeah, don't get comfy, guys. Alrighty. SNES Bowser castles are going to be fun to build, that's for certain. Alright. Let's do a little bit of road work. Yeah, the alternating is kind of what's annoying. That's why the inner walls are going to be fine, because they all are one color, so they'll take less time. But now we have to deal with this, which is like a lot of it. The inner walls won't be that bad. In fact, I would wager that it's going to be the same amount of blocks, so it would probably be... Ooh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, it is. It's just another straight 8. And they're all pretty lined up, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then wall. Whoops, wrong color. Wrong block. Wrong placement. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then bam. So yeah, this will be significantly easier. I'm saying that a lot. At this point, it's like, you keep using that word. I don't think you quite know what it means. Alright, so then below, I believe, yep, the green wall. So this was, I believe, 12? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then that's where it starts. At least I think I'm correct on that one. My guy, get out of here! I don't know how I did that a second time. And let's do this side again so that I can even things out perfectly. Well, this really, like, honestly, the symmetrical portions of the battle maps make this a lot more manageable. And then from here, we can honestly probably just connect them and then just ditch 12 blocks. Or, I guess, even theoretically, nah, you know what, let's just do the initial plan. It's far better than just flying all the way up there again. I guess chat's also quiet because everyone's building. You know, actually, now that I think about it, I really should go all the way up here so I know where I'm starting the breaking point. Mario Kart 8's version of Toad's Turnpike's music is fine. I just still prefer the OG. So, I'm pretty sure... Wait, I think I was supposed to keep a wall there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I'm correct, this should lead right to the blue walls. Yep, we're good. So that's the innermost walls all done, or the outermost inner walls. And then from there, it's literally just, let's see, how many are there? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got the first one, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and wall. And then I think one more, so there are 5 walls total. I believe, yeah, that's looking pretty accurate. So let's just do the walls now. The concrete's all just gonna amount to 8 blocks. All right, easy. This is a little bit more chill too. It's just the one color. And then we just have to do the road itself once we're done the walls. So I guess maybe this will be mostly devoted to the battle track, but we'll see. We might be able to get away with starting Mario Circuit 2 at the very least. Oop, maybe I overshot that one. We're gonna need to start paving this place soon so that all the animals stop pestering us. Alright, so that's the green section. So this part is all gray, like dark gray, and every other wall, every other section basically alternates. So we can, yeah, I kind of want to do some road because these animals are getting annoying. Get the hell off my battle track. Cereal, that's it. That's the stream. What do you mean? Dude, what is that? I just got the notification for G-Wall Pro's cereal stream. Alright, yeah, this is going to be a solid level of just kind of bumming around here, just building concrete. It's just cement. I don't know, I still think this is going to look pretty cool. And I'm going to guess that all SNES tracks might actually be within that same 128 block dimension. So Mario Circuit 2's like shape should roughly be about the same. Seriously, bro, do you have like nothing better to do? What do you even want? Dude, I'm in creative. Get out of here. Okay, so... that's gonna be... I could probably also just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I could just. Oh, this is gonna be so. Now that I've got the outline, everything is gonna go perfect from here. This is on par with like someone just showing up at a forest and saying I'm building a parking lot. Except there's no forest here, it's just all grass. The environmental activists are gonna hate me for this one. I'm very satisfied with my week off. Fortunately, I did not do much work on the Mario Kart Tour ranking video. I still need to get that footage, but having my other 2 videos finished, that's a big one. And both the next episodes for each, both the Mario Kart World Map and Chow Garden Community Chow Garden are recorded, so And granted, the Chow Garden's gonna look a little better, but it's still gonna take a long time for me to edit. Which I hate. I wish I could get another episode like the first one I did. Just, basically, right now, just filling in cement. That's all there is. Battle Course 4 is kind of the central focus here. But I'm really hoping that I can get to Mario Circuit 2 within this stream. Ideally, that would be within 2 hours. So hopefully it does not take 2 hours to build Battle Course 4's entirety. And honestly, like, this should just, like, it's not going to take nearly as much, unless I still keep making mistakes like that. I'm still very convinced that everyone's just very busy building, and that's great. Like, we are all just, like, pretty in focus, but I have to keep talking to so that, you know, there's no just blank points of nothingness. Ooh. Ah! I broke the wall again. I mean, I guess at the same time, I don't necessarily need to finish Battle Course. I could just start building the outline to Mario Circuit 2, but I tend to favor sticking to one thing at a time and not getting sidetracked too much. I'm the same way at my job. And it really pisses me off when other people interrupt me for shit that's not even related to my job. I'll take a conversation that's not related to my job, but when someone's like, hey, can you do this instead of what you're doing? I'm like, bro, well, then you're gonna get mad that this thing doesn't get done. I've been working and listening, by the way. Yeah, I honestly feel like that's the move right now. Everyone's just kind of listening to what I'm doing, but they're also working hard, so I 100% understand, and that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I've been working hard on Battle Course 4. Sorry if I've been silent. Yeah, no worries, guys. I know you guys have already said that you would be silent, but I just need to make sure that I'm saying something as well. You guys can be silent, I can't. I'm streaming. Just nothing, there's not much else I could be doing right now other than just filling in blocks, and the only other thing I could do is whistle, but I don't think that's the most ideal thing to do. I've been building Battle Course 4. Yo, everyone's got that Battle Course 4 going. I believe I have started something beautiful. Crap, this was not the one that was supposed to be full gray. Dang it. I screwed up. Oh well, at least it's all filled in regardless. Alright, well, rectifying this mistake. That can stay. Whoops. Wait a minute. Something's not right here again. Oh no, it's correct. There actually are 3 blocks of dark gray concrete on this. Okay. Funky move there, Nintendo. I do wish that I could make a few more interesting tracks, but again, the style that I'm doing it, I have to start pretty plain. Mario Circuit's not exactly the one place I would have wanted to start, but given the idea, it's the necessary place to start. Curse Mario Circuit for being so standard. I mean, I guess it also is my fault for putting all the Mario Circuits in one spot too, but again, I like to theme things. It makes more sense that way. It's like, I'm not going to place a desert on one end of the map and then another desert on the other end. That's also why when I inevitably try to do a Grand Prix routing of all of this, Bowser's Castle is going to be a very, very, very predictable thing to do. But then again, it's like, who wouldn't want to race on all the rainbow roads back to back? Well, there might be people who wouldn't. I'm not one of them. I don't mind that. Back to back rainbow roads would be awesome. Alright. So I rectified that mistake. I still haven't even done the red and yellow walls yet. Or finished up all... I don't even think I've finished up all the blue ones. I think the funniest thing is that Battle Course 2 is... Or Battle Course 1 from GBA is just going to be this, but smaller. Which is fine, but... not exactly the most creative. But then again, when you've got when you've got the GBA and the SNES basically being the same thing, yeah, shortcuts were going to be made. Also, really tired about, like, in the context of Tour, I so hate that they didn't work with the battle courses more. It's just been Twilight House, Cookie Land, and Battle Course 1. They never added anything beyond that, which is pathetic. Like, really, really pathetic. Talk about an undercooked update. The only other battle courses were the Paris and the New York ones, and even then, those are just, they're only available when the time called for it. Bro, you had like every other SNES template available, and you didn't put a single SNES battle course in there. You arguably had the same deal going with the GBA ones. We had Peach Circuit, we had Yoshi Desert, and we had a Bowser's Castle. You already changed the template for Bowser Castle 2 anyway, so like, or 3, why wouldn't you just do the same? The GBA and the SNES had no excuse for not having any further work done to them. Okay, and then this is the one that can be fully grayed out. I'm gonna grab a snack soon. My brother won't be home until after I'm done streaming anyway, so I'm pretty good on that front. Once I'm done this whole map, I definitely want to reach out to some Mario Kart YouTubers so they can check it out. Maybe not the Minecraft map just yet, because that's got to go way further before I can really showcase it to other people. But once the actual map itself is done, like in Photoshop, I definitely want to reach out to some people with that. I know Swiftjar does a lot of Mario Kart stuff, and he's somebody I wouldn't mind chatting with about it. Again, assuming that I am the first person to put this idea into full-on motion, I mean, that's got to earn me some brownie points. I swear if someone bigger than me does this next, I'll be so mad. I'll be like, bro, what do you mean I started this trend? I think. You know what? If someone else does this, I hope that other people mention me as the first person who did it. I want to be famous for this. Could also collab with G-Wall. Yeah, I could. He has responded to a few of my comments, so I think he's another, like, kind of he's small enough that he can interact with people. So it's a matter of initiating that kind of stuff, which I need to do. I can't wait for other people to notice me. I gotta talk to others, and I gotta say, hey, are you interested in this topic? And if they're not, then okay, maybe I'll try somebody else. And if they're not interested, well then hey, they all don't know what they're missing. And then you guys can say you were following this before it became cool. And then you guys will be the better people. Because you guys were with me from just about the start. I can't believe we didn't get Lakeside Park back in World. I mean, I guess we have Dino Jungle, but like, bruh. So much GBA potential wasted, and just when they started actually acknowledging the game with Tour. Keep in mind that, okay, so like everything from the base of Mario Kart 8, or from DS to the base of Mario Kart 8, the GBA did not get a lot of love. Mario Kart DS had 4 GBA tracks, 2 of which were circuits. One was a Bowser Castle, and the other was Sky Garden, which was probably the best choice out of all 4 of them. Then Mario Kart Wii only had 2 GBA tracks at another Bowser Castle, arguably one of the better ones, and Shy Guy Beach. And then Mario Kart 7 just had 1 GBA track at Bowser Castle 1. And then the base of Mario Kart 8 also only had 1 GBA track, which was just Mario Circuit. And I'm just sitting there like, why? Would you rather build Big Blue or Mute City? Mute City because at least it connects, but I'll be forced to build both of them regardless, so. Wrong button. How many blocks is it? It's 2. Yeah. So this is another alternating section. The very corner, is that just 1 as well? Yeah, it is. So basically this is all good, so I just have to, yep, that'll line up perfectly fine. Me still not paying attention to the other colored walls I haven't built. If the music gets too loud or whatnot, just let me know and I'll turn it down. Let's finish off some of these walls. Actually, I do think this one's a little loud in particular, so let me just turn that one down a little bit. This one's another book gray one, but it's smaller, so that'll be easier. Very nice. Looking pretty solid. Once again, I just got to figure out where the middle, how much space is to the center of the middle dirt patch, which honestly probably wouldn't actually be that hard. Just finished outline of Battle Course 4. Now the real work begins. Amen, brother. My idea of adding music has stayed here from the start. Good. Oh, there we go, that Mario Kart World remix of Coconut Mall. Everyone's favorite. I never really cared about it as a meme. I will admit it's catchy, but again, Coconut Mall's music is not it's not my favorite out of all of Mario Kart Wii. I like Maple Treeway better. I like Dry Ruins better. I like Daisy Circuit better. Greatly. That is a small Goomba. This is baby chicken. Alright, I'm almost done with all the walls too, so after that it's just like filling in everything with the concrete. That actually looks really nice from above. Even though like the yellow and red walls aren't done, it looks really nice. Alright, and with everything else done, this is like really easy. I really do hope that they make a new Mario Kart. Like, I doubt it. I really do feel like they're just going to resort to the DLC idea. But I'm hoping they at least have the, well, a world map can't really be added to in that same sense idea. And that they don't do DLC. But I can't tell what Nintendo's thinking half the time. Alright, yellow section's almost done. And by almost done, I mean the walls are almost done. When I finish removing all the dirt at the split path, should I work on the red pipe or the blue pipe first? That's a good question. I think, okay, so the red pipe, I think the red pipe path has the split, but the blue pipe path has that cool clear pipe bit. So I think you should do the blue pipe, because that would look really cool. That's my take. Alright, almost done the walls. I just have the two more red ones to do, and then we are golden. Well, actually, we're multicolored, but, you know. Oh, wait, 2 more red walls, okay. Okay, game, okay. Hey, Goomba, out of the way, buddy. I will show you respect by not hitting you, but I expect you to move when I push you. Alright, there we go. Walls are just about done. And I think from here I'll just do all the gray concrete first, and I'll save the I'll do the alternating bits second. But there we go. The outline to Battle Course 4 is done. Smudgers, hello. So we I don't know. I guess you just got here, but we have officially started. I finished off Mario Circuit 1. All the dirt. I even added the pipes because Who was it? I think it was Screamer Protector said that the pipes need to be there. It was somebody. Yeah, Screamer Protector said we need to add the pipes. So we did that. Now we're doing Battle Course 4 right in the dead-ass center of the Mario circuits. So I've just been kind of chill, quietly, well, not quietly, but this is what I've been actively working on. Mostly because everyone else is also doing a lot of building, so it's just been a very, very chill stream. Like, this is the quintessential chill stream. Alright. So now it's just a lot of pavement. This will start to lower the amount of animals that spawn. And I would turn mob spawns off, but I do kind of need them for other tracks like Moo Moo Farm. I mean, theoretically, I guess to a degree, it would be okay if the quote-unquote chickens were on some of the Mario circuits. Because, like, I think almost every new Mario circuit, starting with GameCubes, has Goombas on it. I think I'm actually correct on that. GameCube has Goombas, DS has Goombas, Wii, 7, 8, yeah, all of them do. Now, World doesn't, but World kind of breaks a few traditions here, so hard for me to say what qualifies. On one hand, it's got Mario Bros. Circuit, which is like, first off, it has absolutely no resemblance to any traditional Mario circuit, so I barely count it. So, on all technical notes, Mario Kart World doesn't have a new Mario circuit, because I don't consider the SNES Mario circuit combination to be a new track. It's 3 returning tracks pumped out into one. So, I mean, it wouldn't be the first tradition they broke. Bowser's Castle doesn't follow up Rainbow Road. So, good job. I really do think that World is either an attempt at rebooting the entire series, or it's just trying to be its own unique thing that's breaking traditions. Is the Rainbow Road Star going to be in the center of the battle course? You know, that actually would be a pretty good idea. The Rainbow Star would probably just be absent for the battle itself, but yeah, when I think about it, that would be a pretty solid idea. If you turn mob spawn, you can still spawn mobs with spawn eggs. At least that's what I remember. I don't know. I feel like I've done that, but maybe it doesn't work. We'll run some tests. We'll run some experiments. First things first, actually, I have to fix up this this part here. I'm gonna do that first before I forget. Hey, here's a good question. We've talked a lot about the tracks. Who are everyone's go-to characters to play as for Mario Kart? If y'all want to answer that, it's up to you guys. I know a lot of us are busy building, but hey, there's a question for everybody. I mean, obviously my go-tos for every game are Yoshi and Daisy, but I do have a few other picks for other games. In Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart Super Circuit, Yoshi and Toad are my go-tos. In Double Dash, I pick Yoshi and Petey Piranha as a combination very frequently. And I remember back in the day, I would use Baby Mario and Paratroopa or Koopa as my as a pick because their items go well together. Mario Kart DS, pretty much the same thing. I'm pretty much almost exclusively playing as Yoshi because he's just, with the egg one, he's just a lot better. Mario Kart Wii, I think I'm, like, again, Yoshi, Daisy, but I think I also play as Donkey Kong. Oh, Mii's. The Mii's. That's when I started playing the Mii's a lot. So you could say the same for Mario Kart 7. I played as the Mii's primarily, as opposed to even Yoshi. Cool Monkey Official. Daisy? Yo, let's go. Smudgers, I like playing as Mario to experience the game first, but after playing all the cups, I go to Daisy and World and me and Mario Kart 8. Solid. Solid picks, my friend. I did like, I like to explore a little bit. Like, with Mario Kart 7, especially with the mod, like, I have custom track GPs-7. So I have a lot of mods there, too. So I'll play as a lot of different characters, but I have an N64 Daisy model I love playing as. I like to play as the Koopalings, which, yeah, again, I'm a Koopalings fan. I play as Petey Piranha every once in a while. Midbis was really fun to play as. The colored Yoshis I'll play as. I have the Vivian, although I think they actually added Vivian legitimately shortly out, like a little later after. So I play as Vivian. I have the Yoshi kids from 10,000 Year Doors mods. And in Mario Kart 8, Yoshi, Daisy, Petey Piranha, and Ludwig. Ludwig's my go-to of the Koopalings, but I'll also play as Iggy, Roy, Morton. Freaking love those guys. And I still do play as my Miis very frequently, despite the helmets kind of taking a little bit away from them, in my opinion. And then Mario Kart Tour, well, I mean, that's a completely different can of worms, but I have a lot of my high-ranked characters are still characters I like. So it's still a solid group. I don't really have any characters I don't like to use. Granted, it still does boil down to a lot of Mii costumes, so like the golden Mii racing suit's kind of up there. But that's just because that is unfairly and statistically the best character in the game, because A, it's good for a lot of tracks, and B, it just gets a first track bonus on every single cup, so it's kind of got an unfair advantage. I'm back, had to deal with one dinner dish and used the washroom. Fair enough. Cataquack Gaming, let's go. I love the out there choices for characters. Like if you play as an out there character, like Cataquack is a good example of that. I also respect like Shy Guy. I would say Koopa, even though he's been playable in Super Mario Kart, he's kind of had a few on and off appearances, like only console games plus Mario Kart 7. The Koopalings were at their peak in Color Splash, in my opinion. I kind of have to agree with you there, because like that was like the first game where they got some true character development. I will say Paper Jam was pretty nice for them as well, but again, leave it to RPGs to actually, you know, give character. Barring Sticker Star, which decided to make the executive decision to make Bowser say absolutely nothing, which is the dumbest thing. Like, why on earth would you make one of the historically funniest characters in the Paper Mario games mute? Again, Sticker Star was just, it's a game. I'm not necessarily going to say it's a good game, but it's a game. Yeah, my third and second playthrough of Color Splash has cemented it as like my favorite of the modern Paper Mario games, and my fourth favorite overall. So, and Origami King is fifth only on proxy that there is no other place I can ever put Sticker Star other than Dead Last. It's just, I'm sorry, it's kind of an embarrassment of a Paper Mario game. What's up, bud? You seem to be struggling to figure out where you're going to be going. This dude's got no idea. This cow's got no idea what to do now that there's more pavement than grass in his vicinity. Okay, so maybe this will take a while. I really did overestimate how much time it would take for me to fill all this in. Oh well. It's, we got about an hour and a half left, so we'll see. It's not like I'm getting really distracted doing anything else. I'm literally just doing the road now. Whoops, that was supposed to be a wall. That's not... Okay. There's also the middle section. I have to figure out where the dirt's gonna go. I think I'll take a break from building for now. Good call, man. Sticker Star has some pretty good music in it, which makes it a shame the gameplay kind of sucks. Yeah, okay. I am not stubborn enough to sell like the good parts of Sticker Star short. If I'm gonna praise it, the music is a high point. Like there is not a single Paper Mario game with bad music. I think that's also worth saying. Color Splash has some solid battle themes and some solid overworld themes. Origami King's battle music is like, honestly, I would have to say second in the franchise. But that's only because the Thousand Year Door is getting some very strong treatment with a remake. The remake's soundtrack of Thousand Year Door is pretty peak. And I actually like it a little bit more than the OG, despite the fact that the OG was something I literally grew up on. Otherwise, Origami King's boss battle themes are like peak. Straight peak. Disco Devil, Missile Maestro, Dual Bladed Duelist, like the Shifty Sticker, all of them are so good. King Ollie's first phase final battle theme hits so damn hard. And it's so good. Again, I think Origami King actually could have been a hell of a lot better if it just had an EXP system. Because, like, the battle system wasn't terrible in my opinion. It's just, it had no purpose. Why should I solve a puzzle to beat the enemies if I'm not going to get anything substantial for it? Coins are not going to do me that much because they're buying you time in battles you don't need to perform. Like, sure, they're good in boss battles, but you'll get enough coins outside of the battles anyway, so you still don't need to fight. Origami King is my second favorite game behind Mario Maker 2. Fair enough. Did you like them continuing the thinking themes from Origami King to the TTYD remake? I actually kind of did. I also really liked that they took the battle theme idea of each chapter having its own version. I really did like that. I thought that was a good idea, and if they ever do a Paper Mario remake, I would like to see them do the same thing there. Do I think that Paper Mario Remake would be the next thing on their list? No, I personally think they're going to try to do a new game. But at that point, for once, I'm actually kind of hopeful. So we'll have to see how a new Paper Mario game goes, and hopefully they learned a few things from the remake of Thousand Year Door. Like, don't get me wrong, I can't hate on them for wanting to try something new. But when you've done something 3 times and completely ignored the criticism that people have given, yeah, I can't really defend that. Okay, so Sticker Star tried something new. Can't fault that too far. Color Splash did the exact same thing. Okay, I'll give you only slight benefit of the doubt because that development started very shortly after Sticker Star. Origami King, the fact that there's no EXP in Origami King, I can't defend that because you literally had 2 games beforehand of people saying, hey, we kind of would like an EXP system back, thank you. And you just straight up didn't listen. First, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Actually, that doesn't really work here. Screw up once, okay, benefit of the doubt. Screw up twice, you get a slight pass for how long it took. Screwed up 3rd time, you got nothing. I got nothing for you. Those who fail to repeat or learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Those who fail to learn from it 3 times, we got nothing. Quote, Fawful's Minion. I never really continued big Minecraft project like this, but you keep me motivated. Thank you. I'm glad that I could help you out. In turn, you guys are the reason why this project's probably going to go far because you guys want to see it, and therefore it's going to give me a reason to do it. So, in a way, we are motivating each other. I like Origami King. It had a lot of life and fun. It reminded me of TTYD, my childhood obsession. Bro. Same. Here's how I personally word my love for TTYD. It holds the most important impact in my gaming life, even more so than my very first video game. Because while Mario Kart 64 was the first video game I ever played, the flames of passion can't burn without something to ignite them, and that was Thousand Year Door. Thousand Year Door is what ignited my gaming passion. It taught me how to play the game. It taught me how to play games. It taught me the structure of the storytelling. These are things that I have learned over the course of my entire life. Thousand Year Door is what I use to structure a story, or at least an RPG story. That's, again, the most important thing to me. I need a drink. I also love that they gave Atomic Boo a brand new battle theme. Same. It's one of my favorites. I've made a two top 10 lists of my favorite songs from both the original Thousand Year Door and the remake. So if anyone's interested, go and check those out. Ooh, needed a drink there. I also need a snack. Where are my cookies? Right here, there. My apologies for the noise. Yeah, honestly, I think, while Thousand Year Door remake, I think the only thing I would have wanted to see added was a battle ring for boss rematches. I personally think that the way they remade that game was, like, straight up probably the best way they possibly could have done it. The added songs for several bosses, fixed localization mistakes, two additional super bosses, both of which you can face at any time, as many times as you want. The updated visuals. Now, I will admit, if there's anything that I hate to, like, again, I have to bring this up as a concern because you will never know true love until you've felt a little bit. You can't love something unconditionally without having a few concerns. And that was, the overworld does not exactly age well in this time era. I know Ghost with the Most gave me a little bit of his input on the Thousand Year Door, and he did say that the overworld areas were a little linear, and I'm like, yeah, I can see that. It doesn't age as well compared to games like Origami King, and especially now that we've got games like Odyssey and Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild and shit like that. Imagine an alternate universe where Paper Jam Bros was based off of TTYD. Oh my goodness. That is... I can't stress how I feel that is the biggest whiffed opportunity in any Mario game. The creativity of Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario. Bro, we could have got Dementio and Fawful in the same game. We could have had the X-Nuts battling against the Shroobs. We could have had Cackletta directly fighting against Bowser. Guys, unfortunately, ideas like that can now only live in fan fictions. Ugh. I'm sorry, that brings me back. I'm sorry, that arguably is the most painful whiffed opportunity in all of Mario's life. What we could have gotten out of a true Paper Mario crossover is just too much. That gave me a head. Speaking that passionately kind of gave me a little bit of a headache, which is weird because I did take some like Tylenol / ibuprofen earlier. Mario Party 3, Mario Kart 64, and Double Dash, and Luigi's Mansion, Sunshine, and TTYD were all my childhood favorites. I played those games every day after school. Honestly, I can say something good about all of those games. Mario Party 3 is the Mario Party that my brother and I would play the most. That's his favorite Mario Party. And it's probably my second favorite Mario Party because I love the aesthetic visuals. I love the music. Like, it's all very nostalgic for me. Sunshine is arguably my favorite 3D Mario platformer, so gotta give it a lot of credit for its wackiness. Granted, it's janky as fuck, but that's, for me, part of its charm. Luigi's Mansion was one of the first games I truly speed ran, where I think my best record is like beating it in an hour and 45 minutes during one Halloween, long before I played on YouTube. I can't tell for sure if that was the case, but it was also a 100% run, so I don't know. Couldn't tell you, but I also really loved that game. I loved learning all the little secrets that I missed when I initially played it, so it was cool. Thousand Year Door, I think I've already said more than enough about that, and Mario Kart 64 was my very first game of all time, so I have a lot of good memories with that. All the tracks are like phenomenal. For me, even the weakest track is still like a C+ or even a B- type track. And that is Koopa Troopa Beach. It's still phenomenal. We're making some pretty solid progress here. Just gotta do this. It's 6:33. I'm hoping for a Mario and Luigi game that crosses over with Kirby and Zelda or another IP. I don't understand why Nintendo shies away so much from like inter-universe crossovers. Like Mario, like the most they do is cameo. Like Mario's had some cameos or very strong references in some Zelda games. Kirby's made some references to them, but like none of them have had a real full-on crossover. Like again, Mario Kart had the guest tracks and such. It's just like, come on, Nintendo. Like, I think what's crazy to think is that their most ambitious ideas are still very tame when you think about it. Now, granted, some of their other crossovers have been pretty fire. The Mario and Sonic series is great, although I wonder why they haven't adventured together. I would actually have to say that one of Mario's most ambitious crossovers has to be the Mario and Rabbids games. That's something I don't think I would have ever expected in my life, and if not for the fact that they were leaked beforehand, I don't think I would ever believe anybody if they said that they would be a thing. Like, if without leaks, if someone had said, like, 10 years ago that Mario and the Rabbids would cross over, I don't think anybody would believe them. But then we got leaks, and that's exactly why people were like, okay, wait a second. Is this actually a thing? And I really loved both the Mario and Rabbids games, so 100% I'll be doing those at some point. Might be a stream-worthy idea, though. Every single day I woke up on my week off, I was always like starting from Wednesday, I was like, oh shit, is it like Thursday? And then I was like, no, it's Wednesday. I got more time. And on Thursday, I'm like, oh, is it Friday? And then I was like, no, it's Thursday. Unfortunately, now I've reached the weekend, so my week off is coming to a close, but I really needed this, and it paid off. I'm proud of what I got done. I feel rested, and I 100% do not want to go back to work. But I have to. We don't live if we don't work. I would like life to get a little easier, though, so I'm not working 42 hours and still barely scraping the bottom of the barrel. I don't want to talk about life problems. We're here to play Minecraft and build Mario Kart tracks. We don't need to talk about life. Ugh. Whew. Man, virtual building is hard work. But look how nice that is looking so far. I like it. Taking a break from building, fair. Did you ever do that thing with all our names, or did you forget? No, I did not forget. If you want to have a look, the podium with everybody, we got a little podium over here of shoutouts for everybody who was participating in in the chats for the last few streams. What's the one game you really want to see from Mario's 40th? To be frankly honest, if this is all they had planned for Mario's 40th, that's pretty disappointing. I screwed up again. That inner layer was... That whole inner spot was supposed to be the... Oh my lord. Did I actually? I did. Luckily, it's not too big, though, so this is an easy fix. Okay. Let's make something vitally clear, that Mario Tennis Fever actually does look really good. So, I'm excited for that. Beyond that, though, the only other thing... I don't even know if the Nintendo Switch 2 edition for Mario Bros. Wonder is even a part of the 40th anniversary. It's like, if this is really the best you guys can do and the most you're banking on is just the Galaxy movie, well, okay. Tennis is your 40th anniversary idea? Don't get me wrong, you guys are doing a pretty good job with the tennis game, but... That's the best you can do? Tennis? That's crazy, bro. Like, you would... it makes me think Zelda's 40th anniversary is probably going to be disappointing. They're going to what? Remake Triforce Heroes? Introducing Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes from the Nintendo 3DS. Like... I don't doubt that maybe that game was good. I don't know. I never played it. But I want a Zelda fan to tell me that they want Triforce Heroes as their 40th anniversary title. I hope they announce the Mario Kart World DLC because, gosh, that game needs it. Look, if they do announce DLC for Mario Kart World, I guess I won't complain. But I still think that at the end of the day, they just need to do another game entirely. So... If I wanted to make something for Mario's 40th anniversary, honestly, this is going to sound even... Maybe this will sound even less creative, but I want to see a Mario version of Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations has to be one of my favorite anniversary games for any franchise. Because it works with Sonic's history so well. The most Nintendo does with Mario's history is just a few references here and there. It's like they don't fully embody or embrace Mario's history. They just say, hey guys, Super Mario Bros. Exists. That was the first Mario game. And then they remix Super Mario Bros. Main theme for like the millionth time, and then they make a brand new game that has like nothing to it. I know Nintendo's not exactly the one to dwell on the past as a means of creating new ideas for their future. But again, Sonic did it pretty damn well, and look at that. That's a success if I've ever seen it. Again, maybe I just think differently compared to Miyamoto, but that's kind of just me. I finished removing the dirt. Let's go. It's actually leaked that Ocarina of Time is being remade. Well, that wouldn't be bad. Ocarina of Time is one of the most popular Zelda games as far as I'm concerned. I played it for 3 dorks, and while my position of playing it offered a lot of frustration and insanity, it wasn't a bad experience. I did like the game. Bongo Bongo can shove his Bongo Bongo up his Bongo Bongo for all I care. Because goddamn, that guy was annoying. Phantom Ganon can go and, I don't know, disapparate. Because he was also annoying. I think I spent like a solid 3 to 4 episodes on the Forest Temple on the grounds that I couldn't beat Phantom Ganon. I even made my friend Ryan even was like, okay, if you can beat the horse racing on your first try, I'll give you a freebie. And I refused to use it up until the end of the game, where I was fighting the final boss and he killed me after a while, like close to the end, and I had to do the whole tower section again. I was like, nope, I'm done. And at that point, he took over for me. So my Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time experience was kind of funny. I can't deny that. I have to eat dinner as well. See you soon. Not a problem. I'm going to take a break and eat dinner, but I will be back. All right, we'll probably be at it for another hour and 20 minutes, so yeah, don't worry, guys. Whew. But yeah, I would like to see a Mario Generations kind of thing. Not by that name, obviously, because we don't want to make it that obvious that they're copying Homework. But I don't know, and like, Mario just has so much potential to work with. But Nintendo refuses to merge any of the ideas together. Like, Mario Kart is strictly Mario Kart. The main Mario games are usually strictly main Mario. It's just like, bro, where's the mix? Make a Mario game, an adventure Mario game that uses locations from everything. The Mario and Luigi games, Paper Mario, Mario Party, Mario Kart, hell, I don't care, sports games. I don't care, do something. Do something ambitious. Stop cowering in the corner like, oh, we can't make a Paper Jam story, it would be too complicated, ooh. Guys, you guys have one of the biggest characters in video game history. Do something crazy. If Mario and Rabbids is anything, we know you can do it. Alright. Gotta take a break from the passion there. This should be the route that's supposed to just be gray concrete, so let's do this. I once drew a map of the Mushroom Kingdom, including locations from all over the place, but I lost it. Rip. I followed a guy who did a comic. It's called The Three Little Princesses. I don't know if anybody knows who did that. I do. I've met him in person a few times, which was amazing. But he, in his comic, he did an overview of the Mushroom Kingdom map. And he did include a lot of other areas, such as Roadport, like TTYD's map, Color Splash's map. I wonder. I think that comic is actually outside in. What's this underneath my sketchbook? That is. No, that's not it. It's probably out on a bookshelf in my living room, so I can't really look at it. Not only was it a great comic, but the world map was like, it was the choke full of references, and I'm like, bro. I don't know what it's like to be a game developer, but I will still say it. If I was a game developer, these are ideas I would do. I've made a few game outlines for my own characters and my own ideas, and I'd like to say that my RPG style is a mix of Mario and Luigi. Maybe not Mario and Luigi. It's like a mix of Pokemon and Mario RPG, Super Mario RPG. The stat system and like the moves are like very heavily Pokemon inspired. Like they have a base power, they have a physical and special category. So it's not like there's a magic and a strength like Mario RPG. But at the same time, the battle system is like, you have 5 characters and like you fight up against a group of enemies. So it's like, the battle system is similar to Mario RPG. And then the overworld system is based off of like classic Paper Mario. More open than both games, but the story structure is heavily based off of Paper Mario, where it's like 8 chapters and there's a hub world for returning after each chapter is done. Do your characters do the little dance every time they level up? No, actually, the level up, the way they respond to a level up is actually more Fire Emblem inspired, where they say a little something based on what stats increase. They either get a satisfied or like a very impressed result on a high stat level up, or they're pissed off when they're like, what? That's it? And like only 1 stat increases. But Given how it would be, I don't think that would really work, because like you can't really afford to have one stat just not increase. Again, I feel like when it comes to managing a stat system, that takes a lot of knowledge on math, which I don't have. Where the hell did you guys come from? You guys weren't in front of me a second ago. Okay, they're gone now. I wonder if they've despawned now that I was far enough away from them. Yes. Yes, they did. I also do racing games with my characters. That's fun. I will admit, a lot of my material is heavily inspired off of games I really like. The most recent racing game idea I have, in terms of like an idea, it's really based off of Crossworlds where, well, not really based off of Crossworlds, but it's got a similar like rival interaction system. I've started writing character interactions with each other for the starts of a Grand Prix, and that's fun. But with my racing games, yes, I do use Mario Kart as a DLC idea. Put some of my favorite Mario Kart tracks in there. My most recent one also takes heavy inspiration from Mario Kart DS, and that's the first one that I started putting older tracks into my my roster. So yeah, my inspiration's pretty blunt and obvious, but at the end of the day, isn't that the point? I'm snacking on some popcorn right now. Solid. I'm snacking on cookies. Chocolate cookies. They're very crumbly though, so I'll clean that up later. Oh yeah, my characters also say something at the beginning of each race, like based on the track, so that's always fun to do too. I think my favorite thing about the idea of them interacting in a racing game is that because it's a spin-off, some characters interact with characters they normally wouldn't, or they don't interact with as much in an adventure. So that's always fun. It's fun to make up one-on-one interactions with characters who don't have much in common or any reason to be interacting. I should probably do a Mario Kart World DLC idea soon. Like if I like tracks I would like to see come back. But again, that also would slightly defeat my sentence of earlier of saying I don't really need DLC. The Burning Barrens Cinematic Universe. If you guys want the name, my series has been called the Fearsome Five. Yes, if anybody has played the first Paper Mario, you might see a connection, but that was actually completely unintentional. I knew that the Yoshis in Paper Mario were called the Fearsome Five, but it completely skipped my mind when I made that the name of my group. And in fact, the Burning Baron as my name comes from the super form name I gave for my character, who is his super form name is the Burning Baron. And I was just like, well, you know what? That actually would probably make for a really good online name as well, so why not? It's not plagiarism. I own it. Well, kinda. I need to trademark that shit fast. Yeah, patent that. Yeah, the 12 main heroes are like, it's called the Fearsome Five because it starts with 5 characters, but more characters get added, like, are introduced over time. And it's really a group of 12, but the main 5 are, like, they're the ones who kind of get a bit more of the spotlight, but they all are important characters to me. Again, Miitopia will be definitely a place where I talk about that a lot more. I just need something to talk about right now. Yeah, this is definitely a lot more than I thought. I guess it's because it's so big. And granted, now that I think about it, given the size, it probably is roughly about the same amount of work when you really think about it. because it's like it's still the same amount of blocks, if not more, that I'm placing down. Because at least with Mario Circuit 1, there was some spots that didn't have blocks that needed to be destroyed. With this, pretty much everything in the inside needs to be broken apart. Yeah, let's just keep chipping away at this simple spot. This is the best I can really do. I recently learned that you can actually plagiarize something you own. Who knew? I actually did learn that too. I think even yourself, you have to source yourself if you give an idea. Which is crazy. It's like, bro, what do you mean? The entire point of plagiarism is that you're trying to pass someone else's work off as your own. What? I own... There are things that I own. If I wrote them and I own them, I'm passing off my own work as my own? That does not make any sense. But, you know what? Considering we live in a world where apparently someone decided that Pluto is not a planet, sure, I guess there are just people out there who think they have the authority to make these rules. I refuse to understand how people work, especially people with power. People with power are the exact type of people we should not be trusting. Because the moment you give people enough authority to make worldwide rules, you've already given them way too much. Oh, well, that's done. Alright. Let's start this area. I'm going the other way because there are animals everywhere. I love that Wario Shipyard was in Mario Kart World at least. Could have been a little bit... I'd say that both versions have their ups and downs. The pros to the World version are that it's literally there and it still looks cool. The cons are that the lack of underwater means that the OG was just a little bit more detailed. Also, someone want to explain to me why why you can't be turned into a fishbone on Wario Shipyard, despite the fact that, you know, they were literally hazards in the original. Oh, speaking of Mario Kart World. Is this the... No, this is the World remix. 100%. Yeah, it is. I don't know why. I guess I just missed the fun part of that song each time it looped. Okay, I actually don't really need the map up right now. Sky High Sunday will be an interesting track to make here. I'm gonna have to think about what kind of blocks I'm gonna be using to make ice cream. Sky High Sunday is definitely the tastiest looking track I've ever seen. Even more so than Sweet Sweet Canyon, which was literally all made out of cookies. The colorful ice cream of Sky High Sunday is just too much. I love the neon blue ice cream road. I feel sorry for Pluto, but I understand why it's not a planet. If it were, it'd have to include like 20 other dwarf planets as real planets. Fair. Are you gonna make the tour or world version of Sky High Sunday or Wario Shipyard? Because again, for a large majority of these, it does relatively depend on what my favorite version is. I think for a majority of it, I will be doing originals for courses with underwater driving because that's just the move. Underwater is a little more, you know, easy to work with because you can, in Minecraft, just sink. So for Wario Shipyard, definitely the OG. And for a grand majority of tracks with underwater racing, OGs will be targeted. But in the case of World, where I guess tracks like Salty Salty Speedway don't have underwater, and Cheap Cheap Falls, well, we don't really have much else to work off of. So context is definitely going to be a thing to work with. Who knows? Maybe we'll come up with some new ideas for some tracks. One change I would have loved to see for Daisy Circuit was that the area with the lighthouse was actually underwater. It could be like kind of like a port side, but it's like the tunnel follow-up also probably wouldn't make too much sense for that. But it would have been cool. The lighthouse is near the water after all. I can't believe it took them 8 Deluxe just to add the glider ramp to that shortcut. I can't believe that they didn't add that to Tour by default. Oh, Sky High? Definitely the OG. Like, definitely the Tour version, because I think it's just a little more colorful. I might do the colorful aspect of World, or Tour, but add in some of the world details, because, like, don't get me wrong, a lot of people seem to like that. I think that Sky High Sunday is better in World, which I actually don't have a preference to myself. I think both versions are fine. I think it's another one of those, one of them is gameplay better and the other is visually better. I think, yeah, the gameplay of Sky High Sunday in World is better, but the visual presentation of Tour / 8 Deluxe is better for, yeah, visuals. I still don't really like how inconsistent they were at what game to treat it as. Like, I still personally believe that it was clearly supposed to be a Tour track that just got added to 8 Deluxe first. But because of that, it's like now people are like, oh, it's an 8 Deluxe track. It's just like, well, the Booster Course Pass in general was marketed as a bunch of, as 48 remastered tracks from previous games. And while that all boiled down to just being ports of Tour tracks, that does technically mean that from everything we know, Sky High Sunday, Squeaky Clean Sprint, and Yoshi's Island were all intended to be in Tour first. And I do believe that the Booster Course Pass was made as a result of the bit of delay in World. But unfortunately, there's just so much evidence that points to both ways. Would you consider adding underwater sections to tracks that require on-water driving? Honestly, not really, but that's mostly because those tracks were built with the idea of racing on top of the water. It's like Salty Speedway is a canal base of things, and if you go underwater, well, then you're not looking at the details that you're meant to look at, which is the buildings in the city beside you. Same with Dandelion Depths. The entire point is to see the cave full of the dandelions. And if you go underwater, well, what? Are you going to do underwater dandelions? I don't think that works very well. So I think, again, especially with certain tracks, we're really going to be targeting the originals. But some courses might see some mixed details. Boo Lake, I think, would be, again, one that I would consider redoing the mixed idea I had of OG layout, but added underwater section. And hell, maybe I'll even add the spot from Tour. Whether or not it will be under, maybe that portion will be above the ground, above water, while the rest of it will be under. Because the dilapidated spot of, like, I think Boo Lake was handled so well, despite retaining almost everything it had from Tour. They took out that one added section that was only ever used in every single variant except for the normal one, but they still put remnants of it in 8 Deluxe, which is really cool. So Boo Lake and hell, maybe even Banshee Boardwalk and Broken Pier might take some inspiration from how Boo Lake was handled. We'll see about other ones. I would, again, for a grand majority of GBA tracks, I would like to target the original layouts because a large portion of Tour remakes I wasn't huge on in terms of layouts. Sky Garden, looking at you. I think everybody's looking at you, buddy. And I'm personally looking at Lakeside Park too. I guess I could kind of understand why it was simplified. It's Tour. It doesn't really have a difficulty system. But Bro, you can't be a Special Cup course with that layout. What about the Ghost Valley tributes in World? Well, I mean, considering I'm going to be building the Ghost Valleys in general as a combined track, they don't really need to be tributes there. With this world map idea, there is no tribute. Every track is there. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate called and decided, hey, we're gonna lend you our tagline. Every track is here. With Broken Boardwalk. Well, again, yeah, maybe. Like, it depends. We'll see about it. Goomsalotl has returned. Welcome back, my friend. We're still working, chipping away at this. It's still a long process, longer than I was anticipating. It's 7:03 right now, so I'm going to go out. I'm probably going to go for another hour because my brother's off work at 8, but he's going out afterwards. So he'll be back closer to maybe 9, so I would like to be off streaming by the time my brother's back home. I'm very excited to see just how big I can go with this map because, oh my goodness, I think it would look beautiful all connected. It's just a matter of, like, those bigger tracks are going to be hard. And I can't guarantee that any of them are going to look as beautiful as even, like, some of the N64 tracks. Ooh, this was an old one because it's back on my Wii U. But I made Banshee Boardwalk once, and that was gorgeous. Like, that one was honestly probably one of the best N64 tracks I've ever made. I'll have to post that to the community if anybody wants to see it. Actually, I can post a few of my Wii U Mario Kart tracks to the community now because I can't really show those ones off because my Wii U does not work very well with my streaming stuff or recording stuff. I guess I could try a few other options, but as far as I'm concerned, it's bad. Like, I cannot record off of that thing. It's crazy how I'm going around and I still, it feels like I've been at this for way longer, or I feel like I've done more work than I'm seeing. I'm going to finish this row of road, and then I want to take another overview look. Because the whole, I think the inner road part is done. Then this one's almost done. I still think Yoshi Desert and Cheep Cheep Island would have been the perfect GBA tracks for World. Like, don't get me wrong, I actually don't hate Koopa Beach 2 in Mario Kart World. I think they actually handled it pretty well. But the reason why I would be okay with replacing it is because they have a literal whiffed opportunity right in front of them that is now a permanent reminder of what they could have done that's not going to be done. So that's why I would have been, at this point, would have been okay with them replacing it with Cheep Cheep Island from Math Wizard Gamer. Yo, hey, welcome aboard. And fan of Yoshi, just passing by. Well, it's good to see you, bud. We were saying it's a little quiet without you. We have finished Mario Circuit 1, and we have basically dedicated this entire stream to Battle Course 4. I'm still kind of hoping that I'm going to start the outline of Mario Circuit 2, but I'm not getting my hopes up. This has been a lot more work than I was anticipating, but I should have seen it coming. Especially with the one-to-one idea I have going for these SNES tracks. Maybe what I will consider doing is that, like, backgrounds and details like that are things I might do off stream, but I definitely want to build the courses themselves on stream. Which will make SNES and GBA tracks the biggest things to work with. because everything is going to be built there. But I think it'll be cool to like be able to see other tracks from certain tracks that have a little more height to them. Because I gotta remember, some of these tracks do need to be elevated more, so I'm gonna have to figure out where I'm gonna start going upward. Let's have a look. So the first inner 2 rows are done. And most of... Oh, okay, actually, this is looking a lot better than I thought. So we just have that the far outer bit, which is an alternating between gray and dark gray, and the third row, which is the same deal. If I were in charge of making world, I would have designed every intermission in a cup as a 3-lap track and then built an open world around those. Yeah, I guess. For me, I think the intermissions might be shorter, but you would have to do it, either they would be the same length or you would do 1 extra lap. So you would race 1 lap and then do what Koopa Beach 2 did in the update. Every course you race on at least twice after the intermission. I think that's a little bit more of a fair compromise, because at the end of the day, who's complaining about a long race? I'm not. I actually quite like the longer courses of old. Mario Kart Wii's tracks all were pretty sizable, and I actually quite enjoyed that. So I have no problem with longer tracks myself. So I personally do believe that like an extra lap for every track would have probably gone a little bit longer, or a little bit of a nicer path for everybody. I do agree with I think it was like Nintendo Land 101 when they say like their online should just have a 3-lap mode for people who just want to enjoy that style. And I agree with that. It's like, come on guys, don't force your ideas on people. Be open to everybody's ideas. And unfortunately, Nintendo's like, we have a great idea and everyone needs to like that idea. So we're gonna do what it takes to make people appreciate the ideas we put into the game. Again, Nintendo's become very egotistical, in my opinion. Just had to do something. I'm back. Sweet. What are you planning to do after the Mario circuits? Well, okay, after the SNES Mario circuits, we have to figure out another Mario circuit to do. But if we want to take a break, the moment we finish another Mario circuit, we can start branching out to other parts of the world. Now, there are a few options. Simplicity's sake, we could start going north and start making Remix Mario Circuit 1. And then that would lead us to the Plains area, which we could start something like the Donut Plains maps, which again, it's not console variety because it's again just moving to more SNES tracks, but it's simple. It's easy. On the other hand, we could start... Let me get my map up, actually. Lol, it was nice to hear you say it was getting quiet without you. Hey, don't worry about it, man. It's fun because people said that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's a bit different. Everyone deserves compliments. Let me get my pictures up. All right. So Mario images, Mario Kart map. That's the wrong image. It's that's the first version. Here we go. Okay. So, looking at my map, it's not completely routed yet from all the changes I've done. I think intermissions would be significantly more loved if they occurred every 10 normal tracks online. Yeah, honestly, that would also be not bad. Okay. So, dead center of the map, we're in the Mario circuits. If we were to go north, we would be tackling Remix Mario Circuit 1, followed by Battle Course Battle Course 1 from SNES, and then the Donut Plains maps. Again, that's a lot of SNES, so I can understand why that wouldn't be the most ideal move. If we start going northeast, we would tackle Mario Raceway. Mario Raceway would, in turn, partially start leading either to GBA Battle Course 1 and the Luigi section, or we would go right up to the Dandelion Depths, which would be quite the jump. That would be an interesting one. Going straight east would be GBA Mario Circuit, which would again lead to another Nintendo Switch 2 course in the form of Peach Stadium and the rest of the Peach area, which does contain a few easy tracks to build, but also Peach Stadium. Where's the highest point on the map, excluding Rainbow Road? I would wager that Rosalina's Ice World would have to be the highest point, because that's as close to outer space without really being in outer space. I would say that Rosalina's Ice World would be the most highest point of the map, because of being on top of the snowy mountain. It might be good to have the highest point on the map to have something of a reference. Yeah, but the problem is also we have to build up to that, which means maybe going north might be a good idea. It might not be the most creative idea, but it would be a solid idea. Whoops. Anyway, going southeast would lead to GameCube's Mario Circuit, which also would just end up leading us to the Peach section, just opening with Peach Circuit instead of Peach Stadium. South would be DS Mario Circuit, which would lead us to Toad's Factory or 3DS Toad Circuit, which also wouldn't be bad. Toad's Factory would be a background-heavy track, but not a very layout-heavy one. Southwest would lead to Wii's Mario Circuit, which would lead us straight to Piranha Plant Slide, and then like places like Piranha Plant Pipeline and Squeaky Clean Sprint, which again would be tricky to handle, but it's not like we're not going to be tackling those eventually anyway. Straight west would be 3DS Mario Circuit, same deal, would just start leading to a more mountainous section. So things will start to have to elevate up there, but it will lead more to the Candied section that I've created, which is the Choco Islands and N64 Double Deck and Choco Mountain. And then northwest would be Wii U Mario Circuit, which would be deceptively hard or deceptively easy, one of the two. On one hand, yeah, it's floating in the air, so it's a little bit more easy to build, but it's still a Wii U track. If you want our opinion, you could possibly do a poll, I don't know. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that too. It would be interesting to see what direction people would like to see after the Mario circuits. Okay. I'm not going to let my opinion shape my route. I do want to give my 2 cents though. If I were to choose personally, I almost think that the Peach area wouldn't be that bad of a place to branch out into, because while Peach Stadium would be a big one to build, tracks like DS Peach Gardens or Royal Raceway or Peach Circuit, none of those are terribly hard. Battle Course 3 also wouldn't be that challenging to build, but those do branch off into Wii U Toad Harbor and Sunshine Airport, both of which will be monsters to tackle. But the rest of the Peach area is actually not bad, barring Paris Promenade. Heck, I would even wager that Peach Stadium would be easier to make than Paris Promenade. But again, I would be willing to hold a poll. It would be hard because I can only put 4 options. So maybe what I would do is I would do northeast, south, and west. Actually, yeah, northeast, south, and west to begin with, and then maybe a follow-up poll to decide whether we go into a diagonal direction or in the straight direction. I will definitely try to include as much information as possible within the options. all that, and we only really did this. I do like that people are invested in this. That's the important thing, because everyone's opinions will help, like, pave the way for this map, pun intended. I will never regret puns unless I myself know they are terrible. And even then, good luck getting me to admit that. Alright, this is another full gray section. Let's just do this square right here. I will keep it in the realm of possibility that tomorrow, after some Sonic Racing Crossworlds, I might return to this. Depending on how far we go into Battle Course 4, we will either finish Battle Course 4 tomorrow, or we will start Mario Circuit 2 tomorrow. That said, of course, the 4 Mario Circuits do need to get done before we start going elsewhere. Because again, if we're going to go... If we were to go south, we would need Mario Circuit 3 done. If we were to go east, we'd need Mario Circuit 2 done, and so on and so forth. I would like to centralize the Mario Circuits, though, because Mario Circuit 4 needs some love here, guys. We all know it. It got shafted one too many times. The reality is, this Mario Circuit 4 should have been at the earliest in Mario Kart 8. But they decided to do Donut Plains 3 instead, which I don't fault them for, because at least it's the first Donut Plains we've seen since DS. But then the next place that should have been was Tour, which it wasn't. Why? You put you put every variation of Donut Plains and Choco Island and Vanilla Lake, and you decide to not do the Mario circuits that you already had on lock for 4 games. And then what's worse is that you brought Mario Circuit 3 back again for the Booster Course Pass. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that track, but stop shafting a track that needs the love or the attention. Mario has a 4th circuit on the SNES Nintendo. Deal with it. You created it. First pole, north, south, east, west. Next pole, first pole winner, adjacent diagonals. Yes, correct. That would definitely be the idea. Screw up once. Okay, screw up twice. Screw up 3 times. No forgiveness. Yep. Just like the Paper Mario ordeal. Tour was the spot to bring back Mario Circuit 4, if anything. At least it could have come back and people probably would have been like, okay, well, I'm sick of Mario Circuits, so seeing it back there is okay. As a Mario Kart fanatic and a certified Mario Circuit supporter, even I actually still would have been satisfied with seeing Mario Circuit 4 in Tour. You got Bowser Castle 4 from GBA in there, on top of every other variation of it. So, like, come on. What was your excuse? I love Tour. I'm not gonna take that back. On top of that, I think Tour is still holding a lot of intrigue for me. Because the Peach versus Bowser Tour that just happened recently, files were added for other tracks that never were referenced at all during the game's actual lifespan. Moo Moo Farm, Figure 8 Circuit, Koopa Beach 1, there was even a brand new one, GameCube's Bowser's Castle, and like 2 more variants of Paris Promenade were all added, like assets were added into the files. Some of which even have like every name in other languages as well. And I'm just like, okay, those assets were A, added in the 3rd year of reruns, and B, are still there. What does that mean? Is that just cut content that they added into the game for whatever reason? Or are they gonna revive it? I wish, like, honestly, I wish they would revive it. To paraphrase your earlier quote, yeah, fair. But yeah, no, like, I would love it if they were to revive Tour. Like, keep in mind, just last year with World's release, they added the 4 variants of the Tiny Titan and 2 versions of extra version of Mario and Luigi into the game. And again, they added that very close to the end of the rerun, so that was confirmation that they were going for another year. But with new stuff added now, like, what's the purpose of that? Keep in mind, that's also on top of a plethora of other carts and data for that. There are so many unknowns, and I don't like it, but I want to learn it. Again, as someone who still actively plays Tour to this day, I want to see more Tour content. I don't care. I'm still an active fan. And maybe some new content would push me back into it a little bit more, because now I used to get tours done before they were up. Now I get tours done almost like days before the tour ends. Like on a Monday, the Monday or Tuesday beforehand. But that's because at this point, all these tours are repeats. Imagine World Tracks in Tour. I mean, yeah, that's another thing. Some of them would work. Mario Bros. Circuit would work perfectly fine. Like, yeah, downscale the detailing, but who's to say that's not an unnecessary thing? It's like, what? You're not necessarily losing out too much by making the graphics of a game on a system that's not as strong, just a little less. Tour still got some nice visuals when you put it solely in the context of Tour, ignoring that the Booster Course Pass did not look as nice compared to the base game. But I'd say it still could work. I'm fully convinced that a large number of tracks could work. Little details need to be changed, like Starview Peak would need to have either an underwater section or the water section would have to be road. But tracks like Mario Bros. Circuit would 100% work. Whistle Stop Summit would 100% work. So, come on. I don't see any reason why not. Mario Kart is definitely one of the easiest things to just kind of ramble on about, and I think that's great. Mario Party 2 as well, but right now Mario Party is not the central focus. Mario Kart is. They kind of shift. If I were to pick the first group of tracks to see in Tour from World, I would say that I think DK Spaceport and Whistle Stop Summit would be high up there. Great Western Block Ruins would be pretty fun. Actually, really all of them, except for maybe the water ones, which would require a little more effort. I would like to see Salty Salty as a track without on-water driving. I wonder how they would handle that. Maybe they could make it like the houses. There are some like underwater parts to the houses. It's like the houses' basements have underwater like windows so you can see outside. This is pretty much as far as I can go on an idea for that. Yeah, this is definitely a lot more work than I was anticipating. Did I seriously think I could get this done in 3 hours? I haven't even been like pausing. It's all been dedicated to this one thing. I guess the measurements took up a lot more time. Oh well, that's kind of how Minecraft just goes. It's my personal belief that anti-grav and underwater driving will return. Otherwise, many 8 Nitros couldn't return. Yeah, that's very valid. Like, the only... outside of... Well, no, okay. Barring the guest appearance tracks, I think only 3 tracks that can really come back because their anti-gravity is either not present or completely optional. Those are Toad Harbor, Bone Dry Dunes, and Super Bell Subway. Now, I feel like a few could be reworked because their underwater driving is maybe a little, well, even then, no, there's not a lot to work with. Dolphin Shoals relies a lot on its underwater because it's an underwater cave. Water Park has a giant anti-gravity section which really can't be worked around. Otherwise, the underwater would work if the anti-gravity wasn't in the dead center of the water. Thwomp Ruins, I feel, could come back because the anti-gravity portions are... Oh, and Sunshine Airport. Those two tracks have anti-gravity that really doesn't amount to anything. It's an easy fix. Twisted Mansion, you really can't do anything with that one. It's very reliant on its anti-gravity and its underwater. Shy Guy Falls is another one. The anti-gravity is just too prominent. Sunshine Airport, already discussed, totally feasible. Dolphin Shoals, less so. Wrong, a little bit off here. Mount Wario, I think you could work around with that because the only real anti-gravity is the dam. But you could just make a road, you could maybe like make it so that you're driving on top of the dam instead of on it. And the slope at the very end is not really an anti-gravity. Like, Mario Kart World already has enough sloping spots like that it's completely workable. Cloud Top Cruise, I think, could also be worked around because the anti-gravity in there is not that huge. Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road, absolutely not. Way too reliant on their anti-gravity. And same with Wild Woods and Ice Ice Outpost. Now, I guess you could flatten Ice Ice Outpost a little bit. In an open world, that might be a little more manageable, but I don't really need to see Ice Ice Outpost back anyway. But yeah, I'd say that unless I'm missing some... Oh, Dragon Driftway, yeah. Yeah, as if. It's one of the two tracks to go right upside down. You ain't going nowhere with that. I guess same with Mario Circuit. I guess I didn't mention that one, but I don't really think I need to. I think that's also speaks for itself. And even with the crossover tracks, you're only adding, like, what, 2? In the form of Animal Crossing and, well, Hyrule Circuit. Hyrule Circuit, Excite Bike Arena, and Animal Crossing would work. Let's leave the F-Zero tracks out of this. They are not getting away with shit. Shy Guy Falls and Mario Circuits are my two main concerns. Yeah. Well, like, literally, you're going straight up a waterfall, and with Mario Circuit, you're upside down, straight up, straight down, twisting all around. It's like, bro, they were built for the mechanic. That's going to make it hard to bring them back. My biggest fear is that, well, not my biggest fear, but I think the one option I would hate to see the most is for them to stop doing retros in general. That would suck. I like the idea of guessing which tracks will come back and seeing how they improve upon or update previous tracks. That's my big thing. Do not stop the idea. But World and 8 Deluxe make the idea of bringing old tracks back harder thanks to the fact that so many tracks are built around the concept the game is advertising. Which, again, makes it very hard for some tracks to have a return. I'm genuinely shocked that they didn't work with at least Toad's Harbor. Like, come on. That's so easy. I mean, I guess it would clash a little too much with Crown City and maybe Salty Speedway, but I mean, when you look at the world map, it's not like they did too much with the off-track sections anyway. It's not like the deserts have anything to look at. It's not like the jungle has anything to look at. I just think they need to try again. They just need to do another game or go back to what worked. Don't get me wrong, World worked. I just don't think it worked as well as it could have. The roster itself is just a separate issue. Again, I really don't mind. A lot of the NPC drivers have grown on me, but when 50% of your roster is catering to a joke, who's laughing? I don't think a lot of us were laughing beyond the cow on the motorcycle. I don't think a lot of us were laughing when we saw a bat or the sidestepper. I think once I saw the sidestepper, that's when I stopped laughing at the joke. The cow, if the cow was the only joke part of the roster, it would have flown way farther. And in fact, the cow already did fly when they showed it off. The joke stopped being funny when they showed everything else. It's like that. This is going to be a very obscure comparison. It was like a part in a Captain Underpants book where George and Harold glued the teachers' butts to their seats, and everyone was laughing up until they realized that they did it to the entire school. And I'm just like, yeah, that's the exact way to put this roster joke. Also, can we give Mario Kart 7 a round of applause for forcing Nintendo to remember Woohoo Island? Yes. That was, people forget that was the game that really started doing crossover tracks or guest appearance tracks. So the blue pipe has a bunch of water in it, and it was very annoying to work with. So thank you for making me do the blue pipe. You're welcome. Get some of that hard stuff out first, you know? Although if you fill the pipe up, I guess the water came... Honestly, I'll have to do it myself to really understand what we're working with here. That's a big old Mario Sunshine. Wandering Archivist. Yeah, many of the NPCs could have been replaced with the Koopalings and no one would have complained. Everybody would have... I feel like if we're comparing to the Koopalings, everyone would have complained. But my favorite thing is that to all the people who complained about the Koopalings in Mario Kart 8, hey, this is what roster padding looks like. The Koopalings are damn well innocent in comparison to what we got with World. Don't try to change my mind. This is what we really didn't care about our roster looks like. Although at the same time, I think Nintendo laughs at a joke and takes it too far. Again, keep in mind, Color Splash exists because someone's kid likes finger painting. Whew, we're getting there, guys. That outer layer is going to be a doozy, but we're getting there. Be careful, looking directly at the sun may result in being warped to Noki Bay. That's true. I heard someone looked up during the eclipse in Canada, and they got warped to the Tower Secret from Super Mario 64. You got to be careful with that too. Like Noki Bay, the worst you're dealing with is polluted water. With the Wing Cap Tower Secret, good luck. You're stuck up there, or you're falling. Be sure to check your Halloween candy this year. I heard some people are putting Paper Mario Sticker Star into the candy. Ain't nobody want to find that shit in there. Well, some people wouldn't care, but I'm sure several people would. I know for a fact if I took a bite of my Snickers bar and I saw if I saw the entirety of Paper Mario Sticker Star in there, I'd want a refund for the free candy I got. Honestly, I probably would have used ice instead of water, but it's too late now. RIP. I would have honestly welcomed the Koopalings with open arms, but oh, here's a potential theory that maybe some people might not like hearing me say. So the Koopalings are set to be in the Switch 2 version of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Thus meaning that they will get a Super Mario Bros. Wonder styled updated visual appearance. Mario Kart World's entire roster is based off of the visual style of Mario Bros. Wonder. I will leave it to you guys to connect the dots with 3 letters. DLC. Have fun with that. Whoops. Wrong color. Ideally speaking, though, please just work with some of the characters you've already, like, ignored after bringing them back for their big return in 8 Deluxe. Petey, Funky, Diddy, like, again, you guys are literally understanding that these characters are enjoyed. And then just thinking, like, yeah, we'll just ditch them again. Funky, people loved Funky Kong, so we'll bring him back in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart World? No, cow on motorcycle. Penguin on bike. Snowman. As opposed to these fan favorites that everyone really actually enjoyed seeing. I was about to say people wanted Wiggler more, but then I remembered, wait, Wiggler is in World. How did Wiggler make it before everybody else did? How did the Sting Bee make it before Honey Queen did? At this point, Honey Queen was probably a better option. Okay, I'm back, guys. Welcome back. I heard that people were dressing up as pigs last Halloween. I felt like I was going crazy, though, because it felt like more and more were appearing throughout the night. Me when I'm literally building Battle Course 4 and all the pigs and cows keep spawning. If they wanted to do that, Bowser Jr. would probably have gotten a Wonder Design costume already, though. That's also true. I guess, yeah. Another whiffed opportunity. I don't know. Like, for me personally, the Wonder style is okay, but I don't really know if I liked seeing it in World. I think Mario Tennis Fever is going to more or less make them look more like they usually do. So I'm okay with that. But I don't know. The puffy cheeks that most of them have just... I don't know. They just don't work with me. Especially with Mario, Yoshi, and Birdo. I don't really care for it. Again, I think, like, it definitely does feel like they're trying to reboot a little too much. Between the drastic, like, not the drastic, but the shift in art style, the shift in voice actors, the consistent use of the art style. Like, if Charles Martinet was the only one to retire, then I would be a little less suspicious. But I don't think Deanna Mustard was that old. I don't think Jen Taylor, I think she was still the voice actor for Toad and Toadette and Peach. I don't think she was that old. Like, if it was just Charles Martinet, I don't think I'd be questioning this. But they replaced just about everyone's voice actors. And if not, they completely made new voices for some characters like Yoshi. It's like, okay, now I'm questioning it. That does not seem like, oh, Charles Martinet just retired. No, that definitely seems like you let everybody go. Especially considering Jen Taylor. I feel like I'm not correct on Jen Taylor. All right. I need knowledge. I know, this is a distraction. Oh no, Jen Taylor was up until 2008. Okay, so I'm way off. Hold on. This seems to just... Okay. Wow. I'm so bad. When did this stream start? Roughly around 4:30. I know it's a bit of an odd time for me to start, and just kind of happened. I'm just like trying to answer a question for myself here. Samantha Kelly, that's who it was. She was the voice actress for Peach in the modern days. I'm so glad that the Talking Flower became a part of the main Mario cast. That's a crazy one. But yeah, no, Samantha Kelly was just completely let go without any sort of prior knowledge. Like, she found out that she was being replaced like the day before Mario Kart World, which is insane because, like, didn't you know about Mario Kart World? Wasn't Peach in the game and you were never told that you would be voicing her? Like, again, with Charles Martinet, if you had just kept it to him, I wouldn't have questioned anything. But the fact that you replaced the voice actresses for Peach, Daisy, Toad, changed the voicing for Yoshi, that's when I start questioning things. It's like, okay, what are you guys up to? That's not casually letting one person retire. That's replacing your entire cast. Now, don't get me wrong, it's fine if they eventually have to recast, but I have also heard that the voice acting market is just a terrible place. It's just not good. Like, voice actors do not get the respect they deserve. Like, voice actors just get replaced and that's it. And then, like, Charles Martinet is being told, despite the fact that he is no longer voicing the voice of Mario, that you can't be free with the voice of Mario. So it's like, okay, so then why is he even gonna bother voicing Mario at this point? Like, this dude's gotta be a really devoted Nintendo fan to just willingly go through the strict conditions Nintendo's placing on him after letting him go. Again, maybe this is just me viewing this in a completely different light, but I don't know, man. Something stinks. And it ain't Wario's ass for once. Alright. Whew, man. So, I doubt that we'll be fully finishing this in this stream. So, if I do pop on this tomorrow after Sonic, I will finish it up. But I think what I want to do for the last bit is just to do the middle. Which means I'm going to have to figure out where the middle patch starts and ends. It seems to me that that whole middle patch is pretty much in line with the final blocks of each wall. So what it is, it's going to be white and red as an outline. And then it's going to be coarse dirt all in the square center. It's just a matter of seeing how many blocks of cement we need to do. There are, considering it's a diagonal cornered square, I would say that it's roughly 11 tiles. Yeah, it's 11. I'm going to stick to 11. So, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we're going to start there. And then it's just going to go right across and straight down. That's the wrong block. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to do this. We're going to need to do this for every wall so that I can have the perfect square. And 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can now move this way. Yeah, so the aim here is to at least try to do as much, if not finish the middle. Oops, I wasn't counting. Oh well. And then we're gonna call it a stream. But I think I'm pretty content with the work we've done. Whoops. Man, I'm off on the color here. There we go. This should be all we need to do. Perfect. So then the center of this will just be coarse dirt. Super easy. Do I have to ask myself why I didn't fill those in? Pig, get out! Alright. Let's do this. So that's the only bit of coarse dirt we're going to need for this whole area. What I think I might do for Battle Course 1 of SNES is I might try to combine the 8 Deluxe and the OG. I think I'm going to do the dirt tile set and aesthetic details of the original, so make it look like a Donut Plains map. But I'm going to add some of the features like the ramps and the overall layout of 8 Deluxe because it's a little bit more even and it will probably be easier to work with. It also makes it a little more interesting. So yeah, I know we still got a little bit of time before we actually move on to another part of the map, but I might think of holding that poll of which direction we'll go in after this stream, just so, well, maybe. If not, I'll hold it closer to when we actually finish the Mario Circuit section, because if I do it too early, it's going to get buried in my post and then I might lose it. Are you going to build the Rainbow Road Star this stream? Maybe, because the Rainbow Road Stars will have the roads, but at that point, I also need to figure out where the Rainbow Roads are going to have a similar deal, and it's going to be the opposite, where we actually have to start with one of the hardest Rainbow Roads to build. Because at the dead center of all the Rainbow Roads is World's Rainbow Road. It's the biggest, most detailed, most spaced out Rainbow Road, and the worst thing is, I can't use free roam for it. Because it's not in free roam, like the geniuses at Nintendo thought. Because who wants to explore a giant Rainbow Road? Apparently they didn't think anybody would. I guess for aesthetic, maybe I can build the giant Rainbow Star, but it's, well, I mean, could maybe. It's gonna sit right in the dirt patch in the center. We'll see how it goes. I want to at least prioritize this cemented area in the middle first. Excuse me. Whew, it's getting a little hot in my room right now. I seriously have to question, do these guys really not have anything better to do than to derp around here? Like, come on. You've got this massive, giant, super flat environment and you're choosing to spawn where I am? I guess it's because I'm here and they would only spawn if I was able to see it. But don't worry. Oh, wow, he disappeared fast. Did he? Oh, no, he's just right there. Piggy. There. Tell you what, you make the Angry Birds pig sound and you can stay. He's not going to. That's the thing. Man, I almost sounded like a police officer there. Okay. That's a little too far on the realism. We don't need any of that. Hey! Back it off, buddy. If you're on 1.4.0 or below, you can use the controller disconnect glitch. I would imagine I'm probably not. My stuff updates pretty regularly. Oh, right. I can officially just kind of put this in my inventory for now. We're almost... Oh, I got 7 minutes left. I don't even think I'm going to be able to finish. I might dedicate the time to finishing it. We'll see. Not the whole thing. The outer area, that's going to have to be for tomorrow if we do play tomorrow. But the festival will kind of be a little bit more of a priority. But I sincerely do not believe I'll be playing Sonic Racing Cross World online for 2 to 3 hours. I also do not... I think tomorrow will be the last stream for my week off because... Well, I'm not going to stream Sunday, to be frankly honest. I might be having a friend over that day. So... kind of want to keep my last day open. And tomorrow, before I stream, I might try to do some recording for my tour ranking video, but we'll see. That is the last of the ranking videos I have to do, so I should really buckle down and finish that up. Because I have ranked every single other track, and, like, I can't really just leave it at one last game. Tour is as much as a Mario Kart to me as it is as any other one, so... gotta give it the same treatment. Hey, guys, there's, like, how much grass, and you're all congregated right here? Did you just fart an egg? A blue egg, no less? I'll take care of that later. But seriously, you guys that afraid of the pavement that I'm literally, like, blocking you away from, anything? I'm sure they'll despawn eventually. Hey, guess what? You're on pavement now. Oh. This Goomba is now very confused and very lost. He has no idea what to do now that there's no grass. Oh, he moved to the grass. Alright. Let's train through this last bit. That's not what I meant to do. Once this thing is all done, it'll be nice to make sure that none of the animals actually spawn. Starting to get a little cramped there, ain't it, guys? What are you gonna do, walk on the pavement? Me forcing the hand of the animals. Or the hooves, I guess. I guess one thing I never did was rank the T2ID bosses like I wanted to do. Oh well. I think my priorities were elsewhere, and I think these priorities were the correct place to be. I'm back. What did I miss? How dare you not stream? Rip. Oh, don't worry. I know it. Favorite Mario Kart song? Okay, buddy, you asked that last time, like twice. It's Neo Bowser City. But I guess I can keep saying it. Yeah, you didn't really miss much. We're almost done the center of Battle Course 4, and the only thing we have left is the rest of the outer rings pavement. You also missed me, like, kind of yelling at some of the animals again, but that's just a given at this point. Out of here. You guys, like, again, there's like a really big world all around us. You do not need to be in this small patch of grass in the middle of a battle course. You know what? That's it. Mods, throw a green shell at them. If they're going to be in the battle course, they're going to play battle mode. Mods, launch a green shell at them. Oh wait, I only have one mod. Sophia Bennett, what's up? How's it going? You're new here, as far as I'm concerned. This track is looking good so far. Thank you. If you had to eat a Mario enemy, which one would you eat? I mean, moo-moos are technically beef. I'm chill, man. Thanks for asking. How about you? I'm good. This has been a very relaxing stream. Sorry, I'll get to the other comment in just a second. We're building a Mario Kart map. And by a Mario Kart map, I mean, I've got a few videos of how I put every single Mario Kart track into one giant overworld map, and this is kind of like the insane idea of me trying to live that dream out. I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go, but we're going to go as far as I possibly can. Or at least I would if these animals would, you know, maybe just get out. You guys are not going to have much space to work with. Don't give me that look. This place is becoming a glorified parking lot, whether you like it or not. Can I be a mod? Okay, I know there are people who would like to be a mod, but my current mod is a mod simply because I've grown as a really close friend to him, so I'm trying to pick my moderators carefully. And I'm going to be 100% honest, if there's anybody else I think I would make a mod, I would put my brother on that list. But we'll see. Mods, I believe, have to be people I can really trust. Not people who would actually abuse the power. And I don't, now that's not necessarily saying I believe anybody here would abuse the power. But I want to get to know people well enough to gain that trust. That's all. So don't take it personally. Don't take it as the wrong way or a hard way. It's just I need to make sure I'm doing things in a way that I think will work out in the long run. Galoombas are chestnuts, so I guess I'd pick to eat those. They look like they have a little bit more meat on them than being a nut. Okay, you guys are seriously. How is this working out for you? Can animals even starve? Because these guys are going to have a hard time eating in this environment. Only one of the pigs is currently despawned. Good luck, guys. I wish you good luck. Okay, so we did manage to get at least the middle section done. Oh, they're gone. Good. Finally. We just have to contest with the outer ring. The only section that's fully finished is the blue section. Alright. I'm not saying you would troll, buddy. Don't worry. Sounds good, and I'm glad. Do you play any server in Minecraft for now? No, this is currently just on the Switch. It's just, I've kept it, it's currently personal. You should call it the Mario Kart World map. I'm not saying you would troll, but again, for me personally, it's just I have to get to know people very closely in order to really earn my trust. It's nothing that anybody here has personally done. I have, in my past, when I was in grade school, I was very naive and I was taken advantage of a lot. And that meant that I really had to close off my trust, my like immediate trust of people. It's not you, it's everybody. I trust people on a very close basis that like I really need to get to know people in order to trust them. A catacomb would taste like rubber, right? Probably. Building these tracks is like building a Walmart over a farm. Yeah, I'm probably breaking the law somewhere, but in this super flat world, I don't think there's any law. I get that you should only pick people if you're comfortable. Yes. Watermelon piranha plant. Yo, if that thing is an actual watermelon, I'd crack that thing open real fast. I mean, what? That actually did not sound right. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody coming in. But that sucks that it happens to you. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but autism plus naive personality plus really just wanting to be accepted as a kid means that was bound to happen. But what did I do wrong though? Nothing. You have not done anything wrong. I'm not saying you're not a moderator because you've done anything wrong. It's that I just don't know you as well as I know my brother or my the ghost with the most. So it's nothing that you did wrong. In fact, to be frankly honest, I'd say the same thing to everybody in this chat right now. I've only known most of you for the last few streams. So again, don't take it personally. It's not that you guys have done anything wrong. It's just that I need to get to know you guys a little bit more in order to really trust that I can make all of you a moderator. Because honestly, you guys would be good picks if I once I get to know you more. So maybe after a few more streams and we all interact a bit more, some of you might be able to make good moderators, and I shouldn't trust that if anybody pops in and starts throwing racial slurs, among other things, that I could trust that you guys would immediately take care of that. I just, again, give it a little bit of time. So that being said, I do think I'm going to call it for this stream. I do want to relax and maybe just play some other things. So, but Battle Course 4 is just about done. Next time we'll start Mario Circuit 2 and maybe start a little bit of an outer road here because I am going to demolish some of the outer walls to make room for a road that'll lead in here. As you can see, I've already got a little bit of a road planned. So, in any case, I'm so glad that all of you guys joined me again. It was really fun. Tune in tomorrow where we will probably make a little bit more of the map after some Sonic. And after that, I will be back to work, but given that this week turned out well, I might choose to stream I will definitely try to stream a little bit more in January overall. So maybe tune in to the 24th, where I will likely do another Minecraft stream or a racing stream, depending on what people really want. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out. That was way too long of an outro. I still haven't even stopped streaming. See you guys later.